So, in the previous session of the Fall of Pride, our fellow adventurers had found themselves arriving in Ravana, the capital city of Western Ukal, about 2 weeks earlier than the rest of the fleet because of the shortcut quotations they used by befriending a dragon turtle that they had defeated on sea, finding out in Draconic that Dahlia's brother may have died. Not getting confirmation on this, the looming stress in the air of that being a possibility was definitely a factor within the heightened emotions after arriving in the docks. Now, when the party landed, Hylar, Yezreel's first mate, he took the ship to a safe location as you guys found your way into an inn, one that was separated as a smoke bar as well as a drinking bar, kind of on a split level house. One goes up, one goes down. The group ends up finding a guard within the ranks and being very surprised by your early arrival, as there was a parade that had been planned for 2 weeks from now. Because of this, the guard scampered away and tried to get his superior involved to get you guys the hospitality that you have been warranted. After playing around with some dragon's dice and having Western Ukal's signature drink, Stone Piss, you guys eventually made your way on a tour with one of the captains in this military's guard. They escorted you in a V formation through the main street of Ravana, taking you to the Capitol building. Seeing some folks along the way, and seeing that your renown of adventurers has not necessarily transferred over to this continent, aside from a few of you. Eventually, you made your way over to the Capitol building where, let me see. I have some notes of this part. With this Capitol building, you would see a wide plaza leading up to the entrance. The plaza is lined with statues, each depicting the visage of one of the 7 Lion Pride generals. They're crafted with exceptional detail, capturing the fierceness and valor of each general. Each statue holding a certain weapon and armor, and poses and expressions depicting their personalities in life. You soon come to realize that the sector of the city that you're in is under the jurisdiction of Felix Evermore, a paladin, a very just leader within this army, one of the highest regarded generals within the 7, with the one being deceased. Felix Evermore meets you personally and brings you into the Capitol building, into a formal living area. And it's this where some information is dropped on the previous party, where they had not found the remains of 3 of the members who had died traveling there. One of the people that they did recognize and had not found the body of was Dahlia's brother, Lotus. This created some heightened emotions, and after this, Felix basically said that he needs your guys' help. That the area still has not been scouted. The report was basically null and void when this party turned on each other. Yezreel was forced to give more. Okay. Yezreel was forced to give more of the story, where he revealed some aspects that was not privy to the party before. With this confusion kind of resting on the party, as Felix Evermore exits the room so Dahlia can express some of her anger and frustration, the party ends up deciding that they were going to leave 2 weeks early, ahead of the militia that was going to be arriving, opting to skip the parade in their honor to start their mission. Some shopping sprees occurred, and Some new outfits were received, and Yezreel had found his way over to the Thieves Guild, where they had some more detailed information than what he would realize at the start. But to join the Thieves Guild and to become a partner in their ranks, Yezreel was forced to tell more of this story of what happened to the last party. Of course, the current party was not there for this conversation, but later that night, the group gathered and started heading out of the city in Tar's wagon, with all of the smithing supplies inside of it. When Felix Evermore had stopped the party, showing some hesitation, saying that if any new information is found, to directly report it to him. Because what you were able to ascertain from the feeling in there was that it seems that some of the other generals are not exactly cooperative. So he didn't necessarily swear you to an oath to only speak to him, but he did request that any information found would be shared with Felix alone. The group ends up traveling for the better half of about 3 days, where they finally come upon the old campsite where the previous party had perished. Yezreel went through some very tough emotions, trying to figure out if he did the right thing, or if he was cowardice and fled the scene too early, or all these emotions flooded as they found the remains of Big Break. Bones and sinew was all that was left of this corpse. They end up searching the camp and end up finding a note left by Silent Shadow. Basically, this note from Silent Shadow stated that, I don't recall exactly, so if you want the whole thing, you'll have to listen to the old session.
I feel that.
It was
hard to
so
repeat
good.
a good monologue. It's hard to repeat a good monologue, especially how you ended off with the whole "I will forever live within the Silent Shadow."
Yeah. So the note basically depicted that he has lost all trust for humanity. That the only friends that he had, aside from the drow that browsed his wares occasionally, the only human interaction that he had has ended in tragedy. Feeling alone in the pain of betrayal, he states at the end of his letter that he will be forever alone in his Silent Shadow. With this newfound information, they find that that papier-mâché-like tree had been destroyed. They were able to move apart some of the debris in order to still use the metal chute that still remained intact below. And through going down this chute and exploring the different puzzles and all of the stairs that led down to this massive cavern with the bioluminescent mushrooms in the ceiling, a giant waterfall on the backside of this cavern. Granted, this cavern is probably bigger than like what you'd see like your standard warehouse. It's freaking huge, let alone it's about 80 feet tall. The party walks upon what seems to be a very flat and decayed corpse of this beast. Seems to be like some type of ray of some kind. And through inspecting this, Yezreel again feels the immense dread, knowing the significance of this beast from the previous party. As he's about to contemplate these emotions, potentially share or keep them to himself, he feels a dribble of something on his neck. The camera panned as this creature at the very tip top of the ceiling with his claws grasped in this into the stump of this bioluminescent mushroom on the ceiling, drool dripping from his mouth, Silent Shadow hissing at the mere sight.
Oh shit, I forgot that he showed up!
And that is where we're going to start.
Oh, we need some music for this, Evan.
Please play the first song I sent you.
I got you, Colt. Tough crowd tonight.
Yezreel, you feel this drop of something on your neck. If the ceiling is too high and too dark for you to tell any details, but you have a feeling you know who is there. Yezreel, what do you do?
Can you describe the environment one more time where we're all at?
You're in a massive cavern, kind of a moistened, darkened earth with kind of bluish purple grass strewn across the entire cavern. At the very far end, you have a pretty large pond with a large waterfall coming down on the top. The ceiling stands about 80 feet tall with bioluminescent mushrooms lighting up the entire cavern. This cavern is, if I were to put it in feet, it's about 300 by 300. Huge room.
Okay, so as far as the battle environment goes, what's immediately right by us?
Aside from just solid ground, maybe a slightly beaten path, you just see the grass. This dead manta ray is all that's next to you. There are no environment pieces to hide behind. It's just flat earth and grass.
Is it actual grass?
Yes, but grass in quotations. It may be a type of fungus.
Interesting. Okay.
I'll look up.
I want to make this known, everybody. If I am attacking a creature, anyone within 5 feet of me has advantage on that target. So basically, if we're all on the same target, you guys get advantage because of me.
Please let that be known during combat.
I will. I'll say that.
Everybody remember you got 20 extra hit points. Temporary.
Yes.
Yep, okay.
Yeah, that's already in my thing.
For those of you who weren't currently in last session, I know, Gladdek, you had joined at the last second. The caravan and all of the mounts were left up at the top near the camp. But Yezreel, as you... Oh, go ahead, please.
One other thing to keep in mind, we still have the 1d20 to rolls. I think Aslan is the only one that used one.
I haven't used mine yet.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't used it.
I think it was just a plus 10 to a roll. It's going to expire in about 2 weeks, approximately.
Wait, we all have that?
Yes,
Yeah.
the whole group received this
It was like a blessing or something.
from the queen.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's right. And that's just a plus 10 to a roll?
Yes, it can only be used once, though. It
I
can
thought
be
it was
used
was it not advantage? I can't remember now.
I only remember the plus 10, so that's what we're
That's
going to
fine.
go with.
Alright.
But anyone who received DM inspiration last time, it is still viable this session because this is like kind of a part 2 of last session.
Okay.
But all right, Yezreel, you feel a drop of spittle on your neck. What do you do as you're mourning the loss of this manta ray?
I slowly look up to investigate and just...
Like in the scary movies.
Yeah, like...
Perception check.
Yeah, let's see if you get some spit in your eye.
It's not at disadvantage because you have dark vision.
Okay. Ooh, still not great. It's a 10.
You look up. It's so hard to tell with all the shadows that are being cast by this, by these large mushrooms.
Who's up there?
The rest of the party, you see Yezreel just kind of looking around, looking up towards the ceiling. What do you do?
Dahlia was down next to Yezreel, so Dahlia's going to also look up in curiosity as to what Yezreel's looking at.
Okay. I'll give you a perception check. If anyone else wants to look, you can give advantage to Dahlia.
So my perception's pretty bad. I do notice that some people are starting to look up, and I'm like looking around, like looking for danger, and don't see anything.
Okay.
Yeah, Aslan is definitely scared. He's like, oh Lord, what's happening? Are we under attack?
I've literally looked everywhere except up.
Does Dilo, do I see her head? Notice anything in the dark?
You could have her specifically make the perception check because I don't think she could assist in a perception.
It's okay. I was just seeing that. I was gonna go off of her head movements, basically. So,
I mean, she seems startled that there is something nearby, but can't ascertain where it's at without a roll.
well, nat 20.
Okay.
Give it to us, dear.
There is a small hiss sound that's made. And none of you picked this up. But the
DM, I also got a 23.
Okay. I'll say that you notice this as well. You notice that this hissing sound echoes and reverberates through this cavern. And it seems to be coming up from above when all of a sudden you see this massive fur-lined beast fall plummeting towards the ground. And as it's about to hit the ground, this force of some kind, you can't ascertain its shape, it picks up the creature and starts flying around the cavern. Roll for initiative.
Oh, fuck. Here we go, everybody. I have advantage on this.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me pull up a notepad here.
I got a nat 20.
Wow.
Tucker, do you want me to keep track of initiative?
I will do it. That's okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Actually, yeah, please.
Okay, you start calling for it, and then I'll just write it down.
Okay, 25-20.
I got a 20. I got a 20.
And
Actually, roll.
sorry. Lauren got a 22.
Okay.
Gladdek got a 21.
Wow. Okay.
Wow, high initiatives.
Tar, Gladdek, and then Dahlia, and then 20 through 15.
I got a 17.
Okay.
I got an 18.
Okay.
Wait, so Lauren, Gladdek, then who?
Lauren, Gladdek, and then Aslan.
With what, 20?
I got a 17.
Oh wait, sorry. It was Tar, Gladdek, Dahlia, and then Aslan.
Wait, sorry. Is it not Lauren? Did you say... Oh, do you go by Lauren or Tara? I'm sorry.
The one, her name is Tar Lauren.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, and then we got 18 with Cain, and then we got 17 with
Aslan, I think.
Aslan, and then sorry, go on.
Then actually, let me roll for the boss. I forgot to do so.
Yeah, let me know what you got.
Fucking dice bag. Okay, and that is a 15 for Silent Shadow.
Okay.
And then Nick, what was yours? You're the last one on initiative.
12.
Hey, our party rolled like above average.
I know.
Okay, so as you see this fur-lined creature sailing through the sky, it kind of seems like he's gliding. There's something that he's standing on that you can't see. What do you do as this creature is just flying through the sky? Tar.
Aggressively?
It seems to be circling the party.
When Tar noticed sorry. What was my Dilo's name? Tiki. Tika.
I think it's in your notes, but I don't have it. Sorry.
No, that's okay. When she notices Tika's head look up, she immediately grabs 3 arrows, and when she sees this creature gliding, she's gonna immediately fire 3 arrows at the same time, and then she's gonna reload and fire 3 more.
Oh shit!
Okay.
Action surge?
Yep.
Go ahead and give me some attacks.
There's 10, 21, 14. I want to add my plus 10 to that 14 to make it a 24.
Okay.
Is this guy within 5 feet of me?
No, not currently.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say he's about 20 feet in the air to your diagonal.
Okay.
So a 21 and a 24, so 2 of them hit. Well, I hope the other one was just a 10.
AC is 21, ties go to attacker. So 21 and 24 hits.
So that'd be 9 damage there. 7 damage there. And then I'm going to use my action surge to fire again. Let's see here. A nat 20, so 28.
Oh my god!
Wow, okay.
26. 12. I want to add my inspiration for me to reroll that.
Well, actually,
It's DM inspiration.
it's DM inspiration, not the blessing.
I already
She,
had
she
blessing.
she used her blessing on the first round of attacks.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Alright, now let me see here. D20k. How does crits work again in your game?
So it's the first. How does it work? I can't remember.
So the first dice roll that you would have made, like your standard weapon attack damage, is maxed and then doubled with the crit.
Which you still roll, but like the base weapon damage is max.
Oh, I just rolled a max, but I'll save
shit.
that for I'll save that for my other one. So let me see here. So 8 plus 2, that's 10 damage. So 20 crit makes it a 20 damage. And then I also get, let me see here. When you make a weapon attack roll, I'm going to actually add a superiority order dice to my crit.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to roll 2 d10s. So I'm going to add 2 superiority dice to it.
Okay, so these will be.
What's the maneuver you're doing?
I'm using the maneuver I'm using is precision attack.
Oh, okay. Precision attack. Yes.
Yeah. That wasn't much damage. That's 3.
Okay.
And then critical hit. When you score a critical hit that deals piercing damage to a creature, you can roll an additional damage die when determining extra piercing damage. Okay, cool. So I'll just roll this one more time.
Lots of dice.
So that's 4 damage added on top.
Okay, what's the total? The first round of attacks was 16, and then what's the next round of attacks?
8 plus 8, that's 16, plus 3, that's 19, plus 4, that's 23 damage.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right, so you dealt 39 damage in total. Solid.
Nice.
Yeah, and when she does that crit one, she does what she did before. She uses her finger to spin the arrow to give it an extra velocity.
Okay, so describe to me, because you've used the blessing of the queen, you've used your DM inspiration and a precision attack. Describe to me how these arrows fly.
Didn't think about it like
Absolutely. The moment she noticed Tika's head looks up and she hears the hiss, all her years of training show as she comes into one smooth action, 3 arrows drawn, slam against her bow, she fires. As they soar through the air, one of them hits the stalagmite and bounces off as the other 2 land. She slides on her knees as she pulls out 3 more arrows, and as she fires, she uses her pinky to tap one of the arrows to cause it to start spinning as all 3 arrows hit.
Dope. As you do this, you see a celestial light glow within your fingers as you spin that one arrow. And you see almost like the celestial light is guiding this arrow to spin and turn and curve as it lands true. Next in line?
Gladdek and Cain on deck.
Okay.
Silent Shadow's flying right now, right?
Yes, he's about 20 feet to your diagonal.
He's like flying down, right?
He is currently circling the party. The encounter started as he started circling.
He's straight up just flying?
Yeah, well, it looks like he is.
Oh, okay. I forget that he's half vampire boy now.
You're forgetting one other thing, too.
I hope. I don't think that's important.
How high are we talking? Like probably out of melee range.
Yes. You, depending on your strength score, you may be able to jump high enough to get him with your weapon, but it's unlikely that you'll hit.
Okay. So what I want to do then is I will hold my action. I'm currently set up in a defensive position next to Aslan, so the trigger will be if Silent Shadow attacks me or Aslan. I think that's all I got for right now.
All right. So remind me again. Your trigger is if the target attacks Aslan
Or me.
or you. Okay.
Because we're kind of like in the back of the party, if I recall from last session.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it. You all are kind of circling the manta ray, but you did end the session near Aslan. So. Okay. So
I'm on with Aslan on deck.
Okay. Gladdek, you take a defensive stance in front of Aslan, seeing that Aslan is still cowering, being this is one of his first encounters. Colonel Cain Maxwell, what do you do?
I'm actually not in costume right now, so it's just
Cain Maxwell. What do you do?
As the moment strikes, because I'm not super perceptive, I'm just now seeing Silent Shadow for the first time, as he's already been flying through the air. I look up to him. Okay, so, quick meta question. I know Yezreel had told us some more deets about the party, but I don't think he specifically mentioned Silent Shadow, right? So I have no idea. So I have no idea who this is. Okay.
I don't even believe Yezreel knows who this is at the moment.
Well, yeah, at the moment, at like closer glance, you'll be able to tell, but you only met him for like approximately 6 hours. So
yeah.
Okay, so what I will do, I look to Gladdek as like a means to gauge the seriousness of the situation. I see him take a defensive stance, and I say, "Right," and I take my whip out, and I just. As I flipped it, you can see like it's where the sonic boom is formed of the whip cracking. You see like a smattering of like sparks fly off, like metal being like cut through. And would you say I'm within 5 feet of Gladdek, or am I like where
I would say the whole group is within about 20 feet of each other. So you're all kind of clumped around this giant decaying manta ray.
Okay, then. Well, I'm going to double down in our grouped upness, and I'll go stand at least 5 feet from Gladdek. So, I'll try to sort of like make the group smaller, and I'll hold my attack for. Actually, no. I'll use my bonus action to rage as my whip cracks out. As the moment the flares flare up, I just Cain Maxwell because I'm not in uniform, and then I just hold my action. If anything, if this opponent attacks comes within 5 feet of me, I will make an attack.
Okay, duly noted. And Aslan, you're on deck, man.
With Silent Shadow. No, he's up. Silent Shadow.
Aslan is up. Silent Shadow on deck.
So Aslan's definitely feeling the scaredy britches. He's never fought anything, so this is his first time trying.
Wait, this is your first fight?
Yeah.
And it's against the fucking vampire monk?
Yeah, so real quick backstory. Aslan is only a level 12 adventurer because he's been alive for 150 plus years. He spent all that time honing all these various skills. That's why he's a level 12 bard. Outside of that, he's not even killed a goblin or a fly. Like maybe it's a couple insects, but that's about it. He's never adventured in his life. So the first adventure is this.
Being this is your first adventure so far underground that you've spent so long going down all these fucking stairs, what do you do, Aslan?
He's definitely having a hard time seeing. He doesn't have dark vision, but he's carrying his torch with him. So he has one hand free just to kind of like cast spells. So he wants to try and see what the hell's going on about this flying. So he's gonna cast See Invisibility.
Okay. Can you read me the text for that, just so I don't reveal too much?
For the duration, you see invisible creatures and objects as if they were visible, and you can see into the ethereal plane. Ethereal creatures and objects appear ghostly and translucent. It lasts for an hour, and it's only to myself.
Is it concentration?
No.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
So, what you see... Explain what the spell looks like as you're casting it.
So he just grabs a spice bottle, and he's like, "This is a very special spice I learned in a distant land, a desert land, to help them see through sandstorms." And he like throws it into his eyes, and his eyes start to glisten a more translucent gray.
Okay. As your eyes turn gray, open up, glowing with a sheer droop of essence from your brow. Hold on, sorry. As you activate your spell, See Invisibility, you look up to see this creature riding what seems to be a medium-sized manta ray flying through the sky. What you couldn't see before, you can now. He is riding an invisible manta ray.
Okay. So Aslan would try to point that out, that he's riding on an invisible creature. I wouldn't say he would know exactly what it is, but he'll say he's flying on an invisible creature, and then for his bonus action, he's going to cast Bardic Inspiration on the beefiest motherfucker in the party that he can surmise. So Lieutenant Cain.
Okay. Say that. I didn't catch that last part. What?
Lieutenant Cain. Cain Maxwell. You have inspiration from Aslan.
Yeah, I give you Bardic Inspiration, and how that looks as he casts some like good smelling sweet aroma in the air.
Okay. So
in my rage, I kind of like sniff around, and I'm just like, yeah.
Okay, so as you give out Bardic Inspiration, sorry, Dahlia, we did skip over you. What would you like to do?
Oh, sorry. I didn't get Dahlia down in initiative. That's why we skipped her. What did you roll?
A 20.
Fuck, dude. I thought someone was at 20. That's why I asked. I'm sorry, dude. Okay. Yeah. I got you now.
Look at it right after the next initiative. But, Dahlia, what do you do?
So, you're going to see Dahlia start to, like, huff and puff, and everybody should at this point recognize that she's going into rage. And is the enemy at least within a 15-foot range of me?
A 20-foot range. You, just as you're about to act, you were told by Aslan that he's riding an invisible creature.
Oh, what? Oh, shit!
Okay, Dahlia's gonna throw one of her javelins.
Okay, make an attack.
Attack of the Mana Riders, everybody.
Oh,
or
16.
What's left of it.
That was a 16, DM.
That misses. As you throw a javelin in your heightened rage, it barely grazes the manta ray's wing that you were unable to see, and it flies straight into the cavern wall. You have another attack if you have another javelin.
I think I only have the one javelin.
Okay. Is there anything else you're going to do on your turn?
No, we'll have to end it there.
Okay. So, now, Silent Shadow's turn. He's going to reel around, and you see that he becomes completely invisible as he begins to spiral. Aslan, you're able to see that he's coiled himself up in the wings of this creature and landed on the ground. But the rest of the party, completely invisible too. And he's going to attempt to sneak. Okay. That is... Okay. And he's going to hold his action. And as he's now completely hidden and holding his action, the lair is going to have a turn.
After Aslan?
Sorry. I know I didn't tell you this part. I want.
No. I don't care if it's even retroactive. I just want to write it down.
No. So this lair actions are going to happen at the end of Silent Shadow's turn.
Okay. We'll just put it at 14.
Okay. What happens here? You're unable to see where Silent Shadow is gone. And what you see is this manta ray with this cosmic pattern on its back continues to fly as with no rider. And it lets out a ferocious scream. Everybody make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Everybody
shit.
has advantage on wisdom saving throws thanks to motivational speech.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude! Aslan coming
Throwing
through!
clutch.
I'm
Except for
good.
me, I don't have that.
Hopefully it will help.
I got a 9.
20.
I rolled a 9.
I rolled a 9.
Hey, we're sister and brother about it.
I got 5.
21.
Okay.
Oh shit, we got lots of people failing.
I got a rock.
12 for Gladdek.
Okay. Everybody who rolled under 15 is now feared.
Oh my god! Wait, I can't be feared when I'm raging!
Okay. So that,
I don't
that
think
also
I can
means,
either. Let me see here. 1 second. I'm not raging, but I don't think I can be feared.
Okay. Be sure to check because this will be important. So that means
No,
Gladdek can't be feared as well.
I'm checking.
I was gonna say, I'm like, where would I find that at? Or is it just a thing of rage?
Wait, hold on. I might be wrong. Let me double check. Shit.
It should tell you in resistances under saving throws if you have an immunity to fear. It should be like a little green thing.
Oh no!
all
no,
I
never
have
mind.
is advantage on decks against effects that you can see
So-
while not blinded.
It's only level 6. It's at once you're a level 6 barbarian, you can't be charmed or feared while raging, which I'm a level 8, so I'm good.
I can be feared. I was wrong.
It says I'm hold on. Where do I see the barbarian level?
At level 6, your rage allows you to not be feared or charmed. It just is a passive bar. Like, are you level 6 barbarian at least?
Where I look to see levels, it says 12 on both.
So, like for me, for example,
Let me look
it
at your
says,
character sheet.
it says fighter
please do.
4, barbarian 8. Does
Yeah,
that
one
make
moment.
sense?
I'm looking.
Yeah, I don't know where you're looking at though. That's where.
Just right, you know how like you have your character profile picture, then your character name.
Hey, so Dahlia, you are only a barbarian. That's why that's the only thing you see. So you were a barbarian 12.
Oh, okay.
All right. So who failed to save then? So I know
I
Gladdek and
I
Tar.
failed, but it doesn't affect me.
Same.
All right, and Yezreel
Nat 20.
and Aslan, you passed as well.
Yep, 21.
Okay, so Gladdek and Tar, an ear-piercing scream comes from the beak of this creature as it reels up, and all you can see is stars, and you begin panicking. So after the lair action, who's on deck?
I believe that.
I think it's Yezreel, right?
Yeah. Based on all of this, would Yezreel know who this is now?
Well, when he landed on the ground, he is not visible at the moment.
Okay.
So likely not.
Okay.
You could try to make a perception check
But
to
does-
try to find him.
Does the mana ray give
Yeah, does
away
the
the
manta ray
fact?
give it off?
Roll a history check.
Okay. 15.
Yeah, this is Silent Shadow's manta ray.
Oh, okay. How am I going to react to this? I'll hold my action, or like if the manta ray or Silent Shadow or like Silent Shadow reveals himself like closer to me, I'll attack. But as I'm doing that, I go, Silent Shadow, what's wrong?
You hear nothing. Although you do feel this intense pressure. The moment you say it, you're not sure if it's a daggers in your back, or whether he's staring at you in whatever direction he's in. There seems to be directed anger towards you in the form of pressure.
Yep, still holding my action.
What's your trigger again? Sorry?
If the ray or Silent Shadow, or like I notice Silent Shadow's like trying to attack me, I will dodge.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. All right, next up in line.
We're at the top of the round.
Do I know that someone's invisible, or do I just know about the creature?
The group is able to see this creature flying in the air above you, and now all you see is this freaking manta ray that you are now terrified of without a rider. So you know that the rider's no longer on it, but you don't know where he's at.
I'm gonna, let me see here 1 second. Sorry. Let me see here.
For those of you who don't know, while you're frightened, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while within the line of sight of the source of fear.
Also, you cannot move willingly toward the person you're being, or the creature you're being feared from.
And right now, the manta ray is just hovering above the party.
Okay. I'm gonna roll my a perception check.
Okay? This will be a disadvantage.
So 22.
That's the disadvantage roll?
Yep, the other one was 23.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you're looking for Silent Shadow?
I'm looking for the rider, yes.
Okay. You're able to spot him. And he seems to be preparing to reel in for an attack, inching ever so closer in a prowling stance. With disheveled fur that's been torn and scratched at, irritation all over the skin, drool dropping from the maw, seeming to inch closer to what seems to be Yezreel, about 20 feet away.
Yezreel, how close can you hit someone?
20 feet.
Perfect. I'm going to use my where is it at? I have a maneuver for this.
Make sure to keep track of your superiority die.
I am. Let me see here. I already used 2. Okay, where is my... because I know I have one where I could tell someone...
Go to features and traits. That should probably be where it is.
Because I'm not... I know I picked that one. Bait and switch, position attack, trip attack, tactical assessment. Commander strike, here we go. As a bonus action, I'm going to forgo my attack, as I'm going to direct Yezreel for the stealth shadow. She's going to...
Nice, dude!
Thank you. She's going to quickly and panically do her hand signs as she... In Yezreel's head, you hear... The rider is behind you. He's coming up behind you, 20 feet.
Does this allow him to attack?
It allows him to attack, yes.
Okay, Yezreel.
No shit!
Yezreel, completely trusting your companion. Wait, did he pop out?
No, I'm still here.
Oh, sorry. Yeah,
I'm just having
completely
some
trusting your companion, hearing that oh so familiar sound of whistling and echoing in your ear that Silent Shadow is approaching you. You flip around 180, make your attack roll.
Alright. Let's see.
So I assume you're throwing your dagger?
The dagger's range is 20 feet. With throwing, it's 60.
Okay, cool.
Oh, and then, I don't know, go ahead.
Okay, so actually what that means is that you can throw the dagger within 20 feet, or it's a disadvantage within 60. The melee range of a dagger is 5 feet.
Gotcha.
So you can throw it for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I will throw. Let's see. I'll throw my dagger of certain death.
What a fucking name!
Ooh.
Okay. You throw your dagger, knowing exactly where he's at, but being thrown off by hearing this message telepathically and still not being able to see him. It just barely. You're not able to tell if it connects or not, but the dagger flies across the room. You can go retrieve this if you would like to on your turn. But is that all for your turn, Tar?
Well, and then I'm gonna do my. I'm going to do my save on being feared.
It's an advantage.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dude, having an
Nat
advantage is so
20.
good. Nice!
Okay.
Oh my god.
Failing your first roll, it's so hard because you already can't hear, and now you're blinded by this cosmic visage. 2 of your senses are now gone, but then knowing that your party needs you, you break out of it, and the armor that you wear clangs as you are ready for the fight again. And next up,
Gladdek. At this point in time, Gladdek's going to maintain his defensive position, same trigger, holding my action, but I'll do the wisdom saving throw.
okay, you would know where his general position is, but you still can't see him because her message is telepathic.
Well, doesn't she sign?
Yes, but for the purposes of the party, it's directed to the party as a whole.
Yeah, I have my gloves have I'm gonna say my gloves have a message spell, so when I do sign language, anyone that I want to talk to will hear a whistle, and then they'll hear my voice in their head, basically.
I know.
All I'm trying to argue
Okay.
is like maybe Gladdek, because of what Tar did, the whole party knows where Silent Shadow's coming from.
Well, I'm just saying that as I know message is a single target spell, but we determined early on in the campaign that while she's communicating, it's transmitted to the party.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm fine with that.
11, but I'm going to use Indomitable to make another attempt at it.
Aren't you inspired? Oh no, that's me. Fuck.
17.
Okay. Describe how your iron will is able to pull you out of this fear.
Nice.
Gladdek kind of tightens his grip on his hammer, like digs his feet in and kind of shakes it off. Looking back at Aslan, seeing that Aslan's not affected, kind of gives Gladdek that inspiration to kind of toughen up.
Okay, I like it. Okay, so you're continuing to hold your action to defend Aslan. Next up.
Is that me?
Yes, it's you, Dahlia.
Okay, where is Silent Shadow at this time?
From what you were able to hear from Tar, is that he is about 20 feet behind Yezreel.
Flying through the air, down.
No. No, he's on the ground.
He's on the ground.
Oh.
When Yezero would have called Silent Shadow by his name, would Dahlia have heard that?
Yeah. The whole party would have been able to hear that.
The whole party would have been able to hear. Okay, so while she's in her rage, you can see she's huffing even harder, and she's gonna use her movement speed to go directly up towards Silent Shadow, and you see her reach behind and pull out a dagger that is dripping a black gooey substance. This is my dagger of venom.
Cool.
And
I didn't call disadvantage for next attack, and I should have done that, but this attack will be a disadvantage because you're not able to see where he's at.
okay.
You can still do it. Go for it.
Yeah, that's 23 to hit.
At
At
disadvantage?
Yes.
Holy shit, that hits!
I rolled 2 23s.
Holy
Yeah.
shit!
You strike true, knowing with your experience traveling with Tar, you have been in this situation many a times. Describe as you pull out this ooey gooey dagger of death as you go in for a strike on Silent Shadow. Describe it, please.
And as you see, as Dahlia reaches back and she pulls out the dagger, and it's instantly just dripping this black tar-looking substance. As you said, she can't see Silent Shadow, right?
Yeah, You
As
will
she's-
after you land this attack.
So as she's just looking into the dark abyss, she goes, "I know what you did!" And because she's raging, like it's just such a deep growl as she just slashes and makes true contact. The Silent Shadow needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Come on. 16.
That just barely passes, but he
I'm
does.
going to use silvery barbs to affect that succeed.
Nice!
Okay.
That's a
Describe to me what that does again.
Yeah,
Wonder,
Silvery Barbs is the new flashy cantrip toy for tables to have.
One reaction, which you can take when a creature you can see within 60 feet of you succeeds on an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw. You distract the triggering creature and turn its momentary uncertainty into encouragement for another creature. The triggering creature must reroll the d20 and use the lower roll. Then I can choose a different creature I can see within range, and I can choose myself, and that creature has advantage on its next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw within a minute.
So I need to roll a second time and take the lower number?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please be a lower number.
That's a dirty 20, so he still passes.
Damn.
Your
Okay,
attack
he
still
takes-
lands, though.
Yes, he takes 9 points of damage.
Okay. As you slash... sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I still have a second attack, so go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, please, go ahead. I'll describe it after.
Okay, then she's going to make another attack with the same dagger.
Okay, this one will be a regular roll.
That's the night. That 2029.
Wow!
Nice.
Okay,
He needs to make the same Constitution.
Okay, now that he is visible, you know that you can strike true, and he'll make another con save. That's a natural 20.
Son of a.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
The DM says nat 20 as well.
Hold on. Yep. So that would be an 11 points of damage. Can I add the extra 10 to that?
It's for rolls, so not for damage.
Okay. No, that's fine. So he takes 11 points of damage.
Okay, so the crit rolls, with the crits, your weapon damage is max, and then you add your crit damage.
Yeah. D&D Beyond did it for me.
Well, the way
no,
that D&D
D&D
is different.
So the way that you need to do it, your crit is max weapon damage and then doubled.
Okay. Wait.
Unless if you rolled max to begin with.
It just had me roll 2d4 instead of 1d4.
Right, which is how the technical rules work, which is different from.
Okay.
So
your weapon damage would be 8, and then with your modifiers.
So basically, it's going to be 8 damage plus another weapon die that you roll. Okay, so instead of rolling 2 weapon damage die,
Right.
like the way that.
So it would be Tucker said it's the max plus 2, so that would be 8 plus the modifier, right?
Yeah, that's right. Because it's the D4 doubled plus your modifier.
So that's 13 points then.
Okay, so 13 total with the first attack?
13, yes. No, so 9 with the first attack, 13 with the second.
Okay, so 22 points.
Can I say something really quickly? I'm not sure if my neighbor knocked on my door or not because of my headphones being on, because I did hear my dogs barking, but I see him outside my window trying to do shit with the hose getting wet. So I'm just going to make sure he wasn't trying to get my attention, and he's been suffering for this amount of time because I didn't hear him.
Okay.
Okay, with that being said, it's my turn next. So,
Okay.
like, we're going to skip me. I'll take my turn when I come back. After that, it's Aslan, and then Silent Shadow with the layer action happening after that.
Okay, cool. Go
I'll
ahead.
be right back.
Okay, before I end my turn, can I use the rest of my movement to move back away from Silent Shadow?
Yes, he's going to take an attack of opportunity, though.
I'll stay right there.
Oh, okay. So you're going to stay?
Yeah, I'll stay. Because I have better defenses if I'm closer to him anyway, so that's fine. I'll stay.
Okay. So next up, Aslan.
Well, Aslan does not have too many. He really has nothing for damage except Vicious Mockery. So I think it's time I
know,
buff
close
another
it.
person.
I'm gonna, yeah, close it.
So Aslan is, let's see. Let's see how low I can go on this spell. Alright, so I'm going to use Enhance Ability. He's going to look at Gladdek. He's like, I appreciate you protecting me. I think they need help. And he's going to touch you on the shoulder, and all of a sudden you just beef up. And he imbues you with Bull's Strength. You have advantage on strength checks.
Okay, cool.
Then with his bonus action, he's going to give Bardic Inspiration to Gladdek as well, just because he feels that Gladdek's been really nice. So he's just going to give him a Bardic Inspiration on top.
So describe how you imbue both strengths and inspiration with your spices and whatnot.
So he combines a protein powder. So he's going to take like a protein powder, which is a mix of like bone marrow of strong animals like ox and bears and just like trolls, just stronger like monsters. He's going to mix that in with a special spice that he's imbued with some magic that actually changes the spice's smell to whatever the person smelling it would like, whatever
To their
food
preference?
is their favorite. Yeah, whatever their mom cooked them, that their favorite meal was at home. That's what they smell in their nose, and he's going to just waft it. He's just going to throw the spice right in his face.
Regaling this smell you've smelled so many times before, the nostalgic smell between your nostrils, Gladdek, you feel invigorated, to say the least. And Gladdek, it's your turn, I believe. Right?
No, it should be Silent Shadow.
Okay, so it's Silent Shadow, then layer action, then Gladdek, and then
No,
it's back to the top.
I already did mine. I'm holding my.
Oh,
action,
my bad.
So it should be
Yezreel's.
Yeah, Silent Shadow. Yezreel. Cain needs to do his because he should have been before Aslan.
Okay. All right. Silent Shadow, now that everybody can see where he's at, you see this beefed out figure. Like, Yezreel, you recognize this figure immediately after now you can see him, except he's bulked the fuck out. He was already ripped before, but now most of his fur is kind of scrambly and like knotted and all sorts of disheveled, as you just see rippling biceps extruding from the arms and the rippling muscles throughout the rest of the body, with an absolutely like disdainful look upon his face. And he's going to run up and take where he's going to take 2 slashes towards Yezreel. Dahlia, you have an attack of opportunity if you want to use it.
Yes, she is. She's actually going to use her form of the beast and use claws to make an attack.
Do it.
That's the nat 20. That's 28 to hit.
Well, good lord!
Dang!
What were you on? Like 9 or 10 tonight?
Yeah, 4. So
Yeah.
far.
Okay, so what's 6 times 2? That's 12?
Yeah, 12.
12? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 points of damage from those claws.
Jesus. As you begin to slash out and use your bestial powers, describe what it looks like.
You see, like, as Silent Shadow goes running past. She's just like, and like you see her flick her hands as her claws come out, and she just makes her slash deep into his back.
What's the roll again? The damage roll?
It's 2d6.
Okay, and then that's with your modifiers?
Yes. So yeah. So 12 plus 4.
Okay, 16.
If you're raging, you add, I think, extra to that. Just
Yeah,
to remind. I
you
don't know
add-
if it adds
you
it
add-
automatically.
Yeah, I think
it's
it's-
2.
I think it's plus 3 with rage, isn't it?
It's 2. Or it may be plus 3 when you're level 12, I don't know.
Yeah, mine says plus 3, so it'd be that 16 plus the extra
So
3.
19. So while you were gone, Silent Shadow is bursting towards Jezreel, and Dahlia scored another crit as a reaction.
No shit. So, whose turn are we on?
We're still on Silent Shadow.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Silent Shadow, visibly hurt by that strike, he stumbles a bit as he continues to very farily scratch his way towards Jezreel, and he's going to make 2 attacks. And that will be... Okay. Yikes. That's a natural 1 on that. And then a 24. And you took the dodge
Silvery
action.
barbs.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm holding my dodge action.
Okay, even still, that is a 23.
Ooh.
Can I do silvery barbs, please, with my erection?
I don't think disadvantage stats? Or it's not disadvantage.
Isn't it basically just like on the spot disadvantage?
And it's not really disadvantage. You just roll the attack again and take the lowest.
We'll play it
I
like
guess
this.
that's like the disadvantage.
Okay, we'll play it like this for the sakes of this boss fight, but I'll look it up afterwards.
Sure.
And he's still rolled higher, so the lowest roll is a 23.
How much damage?
Okay, so as he begins to slash at you, you are going to take. Let me pull up my other dice.
Did we just lose someone?
Okay, you're going to take 13 points of slashing damage. But you see, as his claws slash through your chest, he begins to suckle on the blood that he seeped from your
Oh,
body.
this is a vampire kitty.
And you see, like, his fangs grow and very much larger.
And a
And
saber tooth.
you see that his fortitude has been revitalized to some degree. He seems to be doing
shit.
much better.
Oh shit. Okay.
And that will be the end of his turn. And then now for the lair action.
Can I take my turn after that?
Yes, because technically it's the end of his turn, so I'll allow you to do it.
Okay. So, how far am I? So I'm roughly 20 feet from him.
So now you're probably within 5 feet of him because he ran up. He was pulled from his stealth on the last few turns. So he is now visible right next to Jezreel within about 5 feet of you.
Which is also right by Gladdek, right?
Sure is.
How much of the group is just right here?
I'd say the whole group is within about 5-10 feet of you.
Perfect.
If it's for the sake of an effect, they're all retroactively within 5 feet of you.
Okay. One more question. Is oh shit, what was I gonna say? Oh fucking hell. Never mind. I'm going to make my 2 attacks. On the one attack though, I'm going to well actually never mind. Here's my first attack.
You did hold your action in case of somebody got attacked, right?
Yeah, but my turn has since
Okay.
technically came to be, so that's just went.
I'm just saying you could have taken your reaction on Silent Shadow's turn, but
That's okay.
all right.
Okay, so I'm going. Here's my attacks.
Hey, sorry, real quick. Can anyone else not hear the music from the stream?
I can.
I can.
I can. It's pretty quiet. You have to turn it up.
Yeah, you might have to turn it up. I had to turn mine all the way up to 100.
Oh,
It
really?
shows- I have mine.
Yeah.
Mine's only on 80.
Let me see. Might be set to something
Mine's
else.
on 120, and I can. That's a good volume for me.
Oh, Clarissa, this is something I wanted to point out to you. Your streams, your audio compared to the rest of the table is much quieter.
Still?
Okay, let's figure this out after.
Sorry.
Cain, what are you doing on your turn?
Okay, here's my 2 attack. My first attack. Oh, okay, here's my first attack. 28 to hit. 27 to hit.
They both hit. Roll for damage.
Okay. That's going to be 12. So hold on. That's going to be a total of 26 damage of me whipping them, and then an additional 2d6 of fire damage. So a total of, so that's 7 points of fire damage, so a total of
33.
33.
Okay.
And I will use, that's it, but I'll just say, after my attack, my adrenaline has focused in enough that I can have some thought. Is it fair to say that, oh, wait, hold on, did Yezreel call out that this is Silent Shadow?
Yeah.
Okay, after I whip, like, the moment now has come to my head, and I realize that maybe I'm going to take a different approach as I recall it back.
Okay, after you land your attacks, Silent Shadow gets knocked prone. It seems that blood is curdling out from his neck, but very slow. It seems that was enough to knock him out. But you see, his form starts to change. Evan, if we could change it to something a little darker, please.
Like more gothic-y or what?
Yeah, sure. Gothic battle music, just something of the like.
DM?
Yep.
Can I do one more thing before I ended my turn?
Yes. You still have your movement and your bonus action.
So I'm just going to spend one of my superior dice to use bait and switch. And right after I get done whipping, the first one just goes for his ankle, the next one just goes for his wrist. Like, I'm trying to, like, even though I attacked, not aim for, like, vital areas. And as I pull back from my second attack, I look over to Gladdek, and I want to, like, superhero style, like, conjoin shoulders at the back and do some sort of cool rollover.
You pull a Sora and Riku in Kingdom Hearts 2?
Yes, I just want to, like, do, like, a reversal of, like, rolling on each other's. And as that happens, I'm going to roll a I'm going to roll a D8.
That is so awesome. I was just about to do that with Yesel.
So, Gladdek, until my next turn, you have a +3 to your AC because of that maneuver.
Okay.
You
So,
like 3 or 4 buffs.
as you hack and slash with your whip, you look over to Gladdek and you leap backwards, kind of propelling him forwards into your same position, making him stronger. Gladdek, as you land, you gaze upon this unconscious-looking creature. His form starts to change. This is perfect, by the way. What's going on?
Ignore me.
Okay. As you gaze upon this creature known as Silent Shadow, it was muscly before, probably rivaling Cain Maxwell. But this form
Oh,
is starting
shit.
to enlarge.
Oh, fuck!
You see his
Don't forget
visage.
that little bit of chub.
Okay, you see Silent Shadow's figure not only grow in girth from sheer muscle, but he begins to grow about 2 feet taller. As he stands up, he kind of curls into a cradle position as wings sprout from his back.
Oh.
And you see like more mandibles start to form from his jaw as his face takes a more bat-like look. He's going to take a legendary action.
Oh, fuck.
You see Silent Shadow, and then you don't. He vanishes from this plane of existence. The only one who can see him is Aslan because of the spell that you casted at the start. He has entered the ethereal plane. Now, lair action. The manta ray starts begin flying and flying and flying faster and faster in a circle. As you see its form begins to change. What looked like just gelatinous flaps for its wings as it sails through the sky and now starts to turn to more bone. You see a skeletal structure emit from this creature, starting to swirl around faster and faster. And as he gazes down to the party within a 20-foot radius, it is complete magical darkness.
Oh my god.
Hey, who turned off the lights?
Next up in line, I think it's Tar. No, it is Yezreel.
It's Israel.
Yezreel, you are not able to see. You don't know how long this darkness extends. All you know, you saw Silent Shadow vanish from existence, and now you can't see. What do you do?
Let's see. God, I do not know. I pull out my crossbow and aim to where where I believe the manta ray is, and fire.
Okay, this is a disadvantage.
Okay. Sounds good.
With magical
Then,
uh,
can I use DM inspiration to roll again?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Say your question again, Gladdek.
for magical darkness, if you have
29.
can you still see in that? Or is
You
that...
cannot.
Okay.
Okay. So 11 right now, then DM inspiration to try again. Okay.
Okay, first attack lands.
Oh. Okay. Awesome.
Wait, so you rolled that 29?
Yeah.
Okay, so that one hits.
Okay.
And you're attacking the mana ray, you said?
Yes.
Actually, both attacks hit. That was my bad.
Awesome. Okay. So,
Evan, this music is perfect, by the way. We're gonna have.
That 29 was a nat 20. That was a crit.
Okay. Jesus Christ, 5 crits so far.
So, this one is going to be for the 16. So 11, and then the crit would be 6 plus 6 added onto my roll. Correct?
Yep.
So
So
11.
that's- Yep. So that's 17 plus. Oh, sorry, 11, and then was your first attack the crit?
Yeah.
Okay, so your first attack is actually a. Hold on, sorry, I'm getting all mixed up here.
Okay.
The crit was a 17 total damage, and then this is the next roll.
Yes.
And that's 7 damage.
Yes. With it as 24 damage.
Okay. So, describe you're unable to see at this point in time.
As the room goes into the darkness, I close my eyes, feeling where the manta ray would be, kind of like trying to sense it, and aim my crossbow. The first shot hitting, going, just disappearing into the darkness, hitting into the right in the center of the manta ray. I fire again. The second shot just hitting into the wing.
Nice.
The manta ray figured that the darkness would be something that covered itself, but did not know that Yezreel grew up in the darkness. The only thing you're able to tell while it's trying to find where this manta ray is at is the bone cracking that is now starting to do. You pick up on this and fire twice without even looking. The first attack slams right through the beak, and you hear a large screaming wail. And your second attack lands. Anything for your bonus action or movement? You have enough movement to get out of the darkness if you want. It's about 20-foot radius.
Yeah, I will use disengage to get out of the darkness.
Okay. All right. That's the end of your turn?
Yep.
Silent Shadow is taking his legendary action. Aslan, unable to react quick enough, you see that Silent Shadow sprinting through the ether. No one else can see where he's at as he jumps out.
Are we talking like Rock Lee removing the weight plates?
Essentially, but you guys can't see it.
Fuck yeah.
You see that this winged tabaxi creature is sprinting at full speed through the ether and jumps through. As he lands out, seeing seeing Yezreel exit the darkness, he makes 2 slash attacks.
Kill him. Kill him.
That's a 25 and an 18.
Look how Colton's cheering on for a party member to die.
Well, it's just fun to fight Silent Shadow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Silent Shadow's getting DM treatment right now, you know what I'm saying?
I know, I love it. I'm over here like, yeah.
Okay, what's your AC? Yezreel?
AC is 17.
Okay, so both attacks hit. You are wailed with 31 points of slashing damage as you are slammed. You are taken so off guard. As soon as you see the light of this slightly dimmed cavern, the second you look towards you as you're exiting the magical darkness is claws aiming towards your face. And as you recoil from the freaking blast, he disappears. He's going to use Misty Step as his bonus action.
Oh, fuck yeah!
That's smart.
Is he within sight?
The only one who can see...
Because technically you said that there was nowhere to hide!
Well, he is... Well, you guys can't see.
Oh, because it's magical darkness.
Yeah.
Fuck my asshole.
And he disappears. Yezreel, you are the only one that can see currently... And he pops back onto his manta ray. And that's the end of his turn, so after Yezreel, that is Tar. You are currently in magical darkness.
Tar is going to use her movement to run out.
Okay, you do so. That's about 20 feet.
Perfect. So, let me see here. Perfect, I got 30. She's going to run out and slide on her knees as she's going to do like a 360 slide as she pulls out 3 arrows, and she's going to fire them directly at the manta ray.
Okay. At this point, as you're aiming towards the manta ray, you're surprised that Silent Shadow is now on top of it. Do you still aim all attacks towards the manta ray?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll do 2 arrows at the manta ray, 1 at Silent Shadow.
Make your attacks.
Okay, let me see. And she's going to shoot all 3 at the same time.
Okay.
Like men in tights.
Dope.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude! Men in tights, bro!
So the first 2 attacks are at the... Okay, doesn't matter. All 3 hit.
And 27.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use the last two of my superiority order dice on the damage for the Menore. Let's see here. That's 9 extra damage. That's 14. 18. And then that's 20. So that's 20 damage on the Menore.
Wow.
And then damage for him. And 9 for Silent Shadow. She just, as she slides and does a 360 on her knee, she just fires all 3 arrows at the same time as 2 hit their target, and the third one goes just barely past the Menore and hits Silent Shadow.
Okay. As the first 2 arrows land on the Menore, you see it start to kind of falter. It begins gliding down to the ground below. You see Silent Shadow freaking out, like whether to be angry, whether to be sad, or trying to figure out what to do. And in his confusion, you slam an arrow right into his neck.
Oh shit!
Oh.
And he looks at you with a ferocious and feral gaze.
And when he does that, she just looks at him and she pulls out her broken longsword and does the bring it hand sign as she puts her broken longsword in front of her face. She kind of does like this pose, and then just looks at him and does this.
Nice.
Yeah. And,
Silent. Oh, that's the end of your turn?
Yeah, it's the end of my turn.
Silent Shadow takes his last legendary action. Seeing the taunt, looking down, he vanishes from the ether. Aslan, you can't see where... Oh, wait. Does see invisibility allow you to see through magical darkness?
I don't know if it said in the spell.
Okay.
I don't think it distinctly lets you see in magical darkness. It doesn't specifically specify.
I don't think it did either. I just wanted to double check. Okay. So, Silent Shadow is no longer seeable. Alright, so next up is, after Tar, Gladdek.
Can I use my reaction?
What for?
Just seeing him go invisible like that, I just want to use my reaction to do defensive duelist.
Okay.
And that adds a 4 to my AC, which puts me at a 23.
Nice.
And that's for the round?
Until my next turn, yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. You take the defensive stance after taunting him. Gladdek.
Gladdek's going to turn to Aslan, or at least where he thinks Aslan is, since we're in darkness. Gladdek.
You were also bait and switched, so you are not by him any longer.
Well, I mean, he's still within 5 feet.
Okay.
We're all within 5 feet of each other.
Sorry, go ahead, continue.
I guess to Gladdek and Cain. Gladys, this is unnatural darkness. Let's retreat to where we can see, and then he's going to exit the magical darkness. I got 25 movement, so I should be just outside of it, and then set up a defensive position, assuming both of them are following me out. That's where I will, and then I'll hold my action for if any of us are attacked.
Okay. Sorry, I hate to make you keep skipping your turn on like that.
I don't have any ranged weapons, so it's kind of like...
Hey, I'm in the same boat, dude.
Okay. All right. So after Gladdek is Dahlia.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so my understanding is that we are in a soup and can't see shit.
Okay. You are in 20-foot radius circle of magical darkness, and although you can't see this, Silent Shadow has disappeared from the ethos again.
Dahlia's gonna do the same and retreat next to Gladdek.
Okay. You follow the footsteps of your compatriot, and you're within about 5 feet of Gladdek. You see a manta ray just slowly gliding down to the ground. But aside from that, you only see Yezreel, Tar, and Gladdek.
Does the manta ray seem to be threatening?
Not currently. It's hard to tell because of how dark the creature is, but it seems to be non-aggressive at this point.
Okay, so I'm just gonna... Dahlia's gonna retreat with everybody else, and she is going to ready her great axe and speak the words flame on and let it erupt into flames.
Dope. And you're holding your action?
I'm gonna hold my action.
What's your trigger?
If she gets attacked.
Okay. All right. After Dahlia, that is Cain Maxwell, right? Or Aslan?
Yep.
Aslan.
Yep. No, it's me.
Okay.
Aslan, you're on deck. All right. So, for theatrical purposes, when Gladdek had made that announcement, I'm going to say that my hand reached out for him so that when he left, I knew what direction to go in, because I couldn't see him otherwise. Are you okay with that?
No, that makes perfect sense to me.
Okay, so I'm going to run out of the darkness in the general direction that I saw Gladdek go. Well, felt Gladdek go. But I'm going to capitalize on this darkness, DM. As I sprint out, I reach down into my back pocket, and I whip out good old shink, and the camera kind of zooms up in a dramatic diagonal angle as it looks up at my eyes, and I pierce from the darkness, and from the darkness is born Colonel Cain Maxwell, reporting for duty, sir! And I see Gladdek there, taking a defensive position, and I'll sort of like do a dodge roll. As I come up, I'll take a defensive stance as well and use my action to dodge.
Silent Shadow hasn't even seen your true form yet.
No, he certainly hasn't!
Oh, Lord.
That's it.
After you
I
take
have
your...
a plus. I think I have. Well, how does dodge work? Isn't it like +5 to my AC, or is it? No. It's attacks or disadvantage on me.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, yeah. That's it. All right, so Cain, Colonel Cain Maxwell,
yes.
You take a defensive stance near your compatriots. Aslan, you are currently alone in this darkness.
Aslan is not sure what to do. He's kind of like, what do I do? He's kind of scared. He's like, all this fighting going around. He just does not want to get hit, and he's just expecting any moment to get like a knife through his stomach. But then in the back of his head, he hears his mentor, "Hey laddie, when the food gets bad, you gotta dispel the bad juju." And he uses the spell magic, snapping his fingers.
Nice!
Aslan, you snap your fingers, and a residual smell as a magical darkness is dissipated, is reverberated. It's disgusting, the smell that comes from this dispelled magic. You are now able to see your friends that are about 20 feet away from you.
Nice,
awesome.
Dude. Thank you.
So is anybody looking injured? He's just looking around to kind of take in the battlefield.
I think, Yezreel was the only one that's been hit so far.
Yeah, Yezreel looks a little beaten up.
So Aslan's gonna move 30 feet to Yezreel, or however close he can get. If he's
you
not
can get there.
Okay, so he's gonna get to Yezreel, and he's gonna use bonus action healing word. Or I guess I didn't even have to get up to him to use healing word, but whatever. I'm there now.
Awesome.
Okay.
So I guess he'll stay where he is, actually, since I didn't even have to move. I forgot healing words is 60. Yeah, so he's gonna stay right where he is after dispelling the magic, and looking towards Yezreel, seeing he's injured. He's like, "Oh no, I have to help them," and he's just going to again cast the like home good feeling spice into the air. Pointing at Yezreel, the spice just floats in his face over his wounds, and he'll heal. Let's see.
Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Okay.
I love that description, Evan.
Could you imagine you're like sitting on the battlefield and some chef like a motherfucker comes up and just starts pouring food spices on your cut.
Dude, it low key just also reminds me of like food pills from Naruto and stuff like
Hell
that.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Basically, yeah, he makes like little bitty snacks for his spells. So you heal 14 damage.
Oh shit!
Nice. Hell yeah.
14 from a fucking healing word?
Yeah, and you had 10 hit points, so that should get you full.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that puts me at 100 from my. That puts me 10 less than my max.
Nice. So everyone's
Yeah, that was a pretty poor roll for my heal too.
That was a poor roll.
I haven't been
Damn.
touched yet, so yeah, I'm still.
Yeah, Aslan does no damage except for Vicious Mockery, which is only 1d4. So
Elder, you should
it
actually
does
make
3d4. So he does no damage except a 3d4 or a 1d4 with a dagger.
Elder. You should actually make food pills from Naruto.
He
Dude,
basically can. He can make bardic inspiration like in food.
yeah.
Which I need to talk to Tuck about. Say like something about like if I do it that way, it lasts longer than a minute. That way, it actually does
Also,
something out of combat.
I was
You
just
have to be,
thinking,
like, close enough to feed it.
another twist you could take on this is like you can still do the cooking angle, but play an artificer, and instead of like little mechanical magical things, it's actually everything is just food.
Actually, that was one of the ideas I had. I was stuck between a bard and an alchemicus artificer because you can make potions that already have
and
effects.
just call it cake and muffins and whatever the fuck.
Oh, I was gonna make him like Silent Shadow again, but he just makes potions and they all have different magical effects. But I went with bard because I thought, like a hibachi chef, every time he's cooking, it's like fire and like he's
Hell yeah.
cooking spatula and stuff.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna just like talk about Cain for just 2 seconds. I love, like, I know it's been commented on before, but I love that like Cain lives in this world that like everyone is oblivious to his like alter ego, which is a superhero.
I
And
love
just, like, I just love like the whole fucking dodge roll into the place with mask on, and I don't know who did it, but the air horde was perfect.
You're welcome.
That was so good. So yeah, I just love that. I love this. And dude, we're fighting Silent Shadow, dude. He's popping up with
Dude, I'm like,
reactions.
holy hell, this guy.
He's
I love
hitting-
seeing my character pop back up.
I know, dude. and
Silent Shadow hates me, man.
it's just fun because, like, as a DM, I know what it feels like to take a character from somebody and make it become mine, and it's just fun to to sprinkle them with DM magic that only can exist in my side of the table. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like it's cool to see fucking like him using a legendary action and just fucking beating the shit out of Yezreel.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah.
He does not. He's not a huge fan of Yezreel, man.
Wow.
One thing I'm now learning in this fight, one, I don't do any damage except for a cantrip, and two, I have no way of defending myself, but I have one way, but most of my stuff helps everybody but me. So Aslan is just like buffing everybody around him.
Tucker's pretty cool about letting you like change out spells and stuff. So if you talk,
Oh no, but I like the vibe. That's kind of how he is.
Yeah, I like
He's
that.
not really a fighter. He's a hugger.
Yeah. Also, you said you had fingers. In my head, you have Disney sort of like trunk arms. Do you actually have fingers, or do you have?
Yeah. He has. He has only 4 fingers, but they're real big and like stumpy. He has like real big stumpy cartoonish hands.
Okay. That's
And he's huge.
Okay,
I mean, he's
that's
like
good
8
to
foot
know.
tall,
Good
and
to
he's
know.
almost 600 pounds. Like he's pretty fat. He's not obese, but he's a jiggly boy. He's not
So,
athletic. He's got
you
a
know,
big
like-
stumpy basis
Like,
finger.
I wouldn't necessarily ask you to like crochet me something.
Oh yeah, no, he could not. He could not sew or anything delicate is not his forte.
Sure.
It'd be awesome if he actually had like the hooves, like the same hands and feet as Elephant, and he puts his top hands on the metal that heats it up at his nose and holds the dagger and throws things at people.
Yeah, that's what his feet are. He has elephant feet still.
Well, no, I just meant like if all 4 limbs were like that.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And it was his trunk that was doing like the cooking and everything.
I'm down to do that, but I don't know.
Okay, guys, sorry about that.
You're
I
okay.
just had some very sweaty diarrhea.
I didn't think you were going to say it out loud.
Damn.
Sorry about it. Okay, so it was whose turn was it last?
It was mine, and I healed Yezreel 14 damage, and then
Wow.
that's the end of my turn.
Okay, so
Silent
it's
Shadows on deck.
okay. Aslan, after you relinquished the darkness from existence, you are now able to see that this tabaxi creature is crying in the ether. You're not sure how to feel, but when he all of a sudden jolts up and starts sprinting once more, and he's going to lash out through the ether and go out for 2 attacks towards one towards Yezreel, one towards Colonel Cain Maxwell.
Alright. And I use my reaction of defensive duelist.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Adds 4 to my AC.
Okay. So after these attacks land, Cain and Gladdek, you can take your attack actions
Okay.
as you have met the trigger. All right. So the attack on Yezreel is a 12, so miss.
Okay.
And the attack on Colonel Cain Maxwell is a nat 20.
Damn.
Though I was. Oh wait, hold on. I have he has disadvantage on me
Oh, that's
because I
right.
took the dodge action.
Oh, you did. Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, you just saved yourself from a crit, and now the attack is a 15.
That misses, dude. So like, sorry.
So Silent Shadow jumps out from the ether, was 1 second not there, and all of a sudden now in your face, and he goes for a double-pronged pincer attack, hitting both of you. And as you're about to dodge, knowing that this is a fatal blow, how do you use your action to mitigate the attack?
So he's going for like a little pincer, little thing like that.
Yeah, a simultaneous attack on both of you.
Okay, so like I'll just like with like heroic levels of battle IQ, like reaction speed, I'll wrap my forearm in my whip and just like duck down just a little bit and just like block with my forearm, and it's just not, it doesn't do any damage, but it's enough for him to like pull back.
You're able to avoid the attack entirely. It hurts like a bitch to stop this attack because the amount of force
Yeah,
that
it's
he was
like,
able
like
to put
2
in.
feet.
Yeah, you like the dust cloud of trails from your feet as you slide, but
Yes.
the attack misses you both. And then he's going to take his bonus action to Misty Step, and you,
Counterspell.
oh,
Oh,
he,
shit.
he gives you a very deep glare, and
No
that's a
need to
knowing
run.
glare. You have a high passive insight, right?
Yeah, 21.
You can feel that you were his target.
Oh
You need to
shit!
run. We can help you.
Yezreel's beyond help,
But you are not.
and he just lets loose a massive roar that reverberates through the cavern. And now it's the lair action. You see that a helpless manta ray is kind of limping around, trying to find itself a safe spot, trying to turn invisible, but is struggling. And he tries and tries and tries to put up a darkness, but he just puts up a small area of darkness around his area.
Wait, hold on. Say that one more time. So, lay that out.
The manta ray, knowing that he has been trained to attack after its master, and it now is too weak to attack, it puts up a darkness around itself.
As in context, like what does that look like on the battlefield where everyone else is at?
This is approximately now 30 feet from the group. It's just
Okay.
there's a 20-foot area of darkness around where the manta ray has been decided to hide out. Next up in line. Oh, what?
Cain and I were holding our action until we got attacked, so we both should be able to make an action at this point, right?
Oh yeah. Sorry, Gladdek, you can, but Cain held his to dodge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can take yours, Gladdek.
Alright, so I'll make 3 attacks with my warhammer.
Remember, you have Bardic Inspiration, advantage on strength checks.
Just keep in mind, it's strength checks, not attack rolls.
Yeah.
So first one's a 20,
Nice.
second one's a 27.
You hold on. These are an advantage because of my ability. So just roll advantage just in case of crit.
Okay. So 27, a 28, and a 21.
Okay. Now that you have been waiting to defend your allies, and Cain, with a knowing glance, was prepared to block the blow to allow you to get an opportunity, and you take it. Your first 2 slams with your hammer smack him right upside the head and in the sternum, and the last one, he barely tries to put his paw up to stop the blow, but the impact shatters his wrist. You barely landed that attack. Roll all 3 damage.
I also want to say, because of like how the reason why the whole advantage thing works is like there's like a spectral, like soft, distant "Arroo" in the background, and that's why it's working.
Would you say it's because of the howling wind?
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
oh yeah.
Total of 26 damage.
Nice.
Wow. Describe to me how you wail on this fucking massive Tabaxi vampire.
So the way I kind of envision it is like he was so focused on Cain and Yezreel that when he missed, kind of like blindside, the hammer comes down on his head. And then it's kind of like an uppercut back at his head, and then
Nice.
that knocks it back enough, and he kind of like centers on me, and that's whenever I right like across the stomach. He tries to distance himself with his arm, and that's whenever it shatters his wrist.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Okay, next up after Gladdek.
No, it's actually Yezreel.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Alright.
Israel.
So, because I am next to Cain, I have advantage on attacks, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to clarify something. My sneak attack says once
Yes.
per turn, you
Yes.
can deal extra d6 when I have advantage on attacks.
Yes. This applies.
Okay.
So it's just the one attack though, and the other ones are just
Yeah,
normal,
it's only when you have advantage, so yeah.
which is now.
Yep. So,
All right. So I'm gonna.
sorry. If you happen to crit on this, your sneak attack is also doubled.
So I'll roll 12 d6.
Well, no, not
No?
technically, because
Oh.
of my crit rules.
Oh,
But
that's right.
Just letting you know. We'll discuss that if it happens, but food for thought.
All right. So I'm gonna attack with my dagger of certain death.
Can you read me what that does? Does it prevent healing?
Yeah, it when you damage a creature with an attack using this magic dagger, the target can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
Okay, that's very important to know.
All right, 25.
That
Roll
hits.
again, just in case of crit.
Oh, good. Okay. Do. Okay. 16. So 25.
That hits.
attack. Eight. And then
Make sure you add your sneak attack damage.
oh, okay.
I don't recall what amount of sneak attack dice you have at your level.
I have 66.
Aiyah!
Oh,
So
Lord.
8, 23. What is that? That is 31 damage.
Okay. Do you have another attack?
let's see. Bonus action 2 weapon fighting.
I think rogues don't get a second attack for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't have a second attack, but I'll take my bonus action quick to Misty Step to my poison dagger.
Nice.
Very good.
Cool, dude. That's fucking really cool.
Describe to me how you land this sneak attack.
Dude,
and-
yeah, like teleport like fucking, what's his name, Nightcrawler?
Yeah. As Silent Shadow is distracted with Gladdek's wails, Yezreel comes up behind, crouches down super low, and stabs right into Silent Shadow's stomach, the dagger glowing and making it so that way that wound won't heal for a while.
After you land this attack, stabbing him right in the kidney, you look at him with a knowing glance. And he begins to smile as he gets ready to heal himself, and all of a sudden the smile drops.
As I see that, I'm like, I'm sorry, Silent Shadow, as I misty step away.
You see this look of despair, and he drops to his knees, head to the ground. You were my friends. You were my friends. And you killed each other.
I know.
You don't deserve to live. As, again, his body mass triples in size. He is now considered huge.
Oh my god.
As he lets out a roar, which does not sound feline at all now. Almost as if it was a lion on an amplifier. Please start the next music. You see his claws start to extend. The giant wings have now turned into like almost a very thick enough skin as if it were a dragon's wing. He looks down with his face that is now contorted, whiskers that are sharp as blades.
We talking that 20 feet tall plus or what?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And he lets loose a fabulous roar that reverberates through the cavern. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck.
Those that have Bardic Inspiration are easy.
I rolled in at 20, so 27.
Jesus.
Nice.
I just got another crit. 26.
How am I supposed to DM with fucking 20 20s?
23.
That's a 16 from me.
16 for Gladdek.
Okay.
Nice.
Anyone that rolled lower than 15?
No.
Okay.
You're looking at some strong motherfuckers.
Okay. Even still, you all are gonna take some damage.
Give it to me. I fucking want to be hit for the first time.
Because you were able to react enough to brace yourself for this fucking monster that is growing in front of you. You instinctively cover your ears as you were prepared for the shout, and even still, you feel rings inside of your eardrums and bits of blood. Even though you've covered your ears in time, you were able to. Your hearing is very much impaired at this point in time, and you all are going to take 9 points of psychic damage.
Cool.
Are the ones that passed, right?
Yeah, so that is halved.
How many
Okay.
people are still at top health? Because I feel like there was a lot of temp hit points left.
I have 11 left still.
What's going to be
So-
half for you with 9?
So it's half of 9
No,
points?
no. 9 is half.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. As he lets loose this roar, he looks down at the party in front of him. I was trying to help! And he's going to take legendary action. He's going to take his whole arm and sweep it all across in front of them.
Who's that hitting, DM?
Everybody roll death saves.
I have advantage because I'm a barb.
I have advantage as well.
Even with Yezreel misty stepping to the dagger.
rolled-
About 30 feet away. I would say you're just out of reach.
Okay.
I rolled
This is
21.
about a 15-foot reach with his. So you are all caught in this attack except for Yezreel.
I have 16.
That would
Okay.
be a 7.
Gladdek?
16. I used
Okay.
Indomitable to reroll.
Okay. And Aslan?
Nice.
14.
Let's hope you pass with that.
Tar?
So that's what I got.
21.
Wait, can
Okay.
I add my 10 to that?
Now's the
17?
time.
Now's the time if you're going.
Okay, 17 then.
Oh no! Anyone who rolled lower than 18 is going to take some damage.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
God damn it!
No!
Oh, fuck.
Anybody got
17.
Bardic Inspiration? That would be Cain and Gladdek if y'all can use that.
DM,
Okay.
I don't think you can use Bardic Inspiration until after. I don't think you can use it until.
No,
you guys
it's a
do
bonus
shows.
action to use it.
Well, no,
right?
no. I don't think you can use your Bardic Inspiration technically. You have to do.
You have to do it before the roll. Yeah, you have to do it before the roll is called.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just letting them know they had it if they hadn't used it.
Everyone,
Thank you.
everyone except Tar and Yezreel is going to take 31 points of bludgeoning damage.
I have because I'm raging.
Yep, I'm
Okay.
raging too. So
You're going to take 15, and also Tar, you will take 15 because you passed.
Okay.
So,
So
if
those
you failed, you're taking 31.
And if we're resistant against it,
If you're resistant, you take 15.
15. God damn. There
Okay.
goes all those temp points.
He, Silent Shadow, reels out again. I am not finished! He's going to take a second legendary action, taking another slam across.
Oh,
Everybody,
fuck me.
death saves.
Oh shit!
21.
Jesus!
I have advantage. Oh, that's not good. Oh, nat 20!
Oh, dirty 20. And then I also
18.
have
Sorry, Yezreel. I
Oh.
said everyone, but you're still out of range.
oh, okay.
Gladdek got an 8.
Okay. Anyone lower than 18?
I got A18, but no.
Okay, so ties go to attacker, so you still fell.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Wait, what did I just miss?
You're taking damage because you failed.
Yeah, no, I think I remember that. Okay.
That's where we're at.
Because you guys are raging, you take half damage anyway from this. So that is everyone who failed is taking 21. Everyone who didn't takes 10.
Thank you.
Wait, so 21, and then I have that. I think 10. Right?
Yeah, and
okay.
and if you passed because you're raging, that reduces again in half, so you'll be at 5
Gotcha.
because it's bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Okay, so after Silent Shadow, it is now. Then Yezreel. This was.
Hold on. It's not Silent Shadow's turn.
No. Yezreel had taken his turn, and then this was a thing. So
Legendary
now
action.
it is Tar's turn.
Yes.
Tar, you see this magnificently large creature in front of you, maybe about 10 feet from you, but I mean that's all the space you need to hit this motherfucker. You can be 10 feet away. He's huge.
Where's the manta ray?
There is a shroud of magical darkness, and you can assume he is in that.
She's going to let me see here. What I'm going to do is she's going to run up behind Silent Shadow, and I'm going to use my maneuver trip attack, and I am going to attempt to cut his Achilles heel, and then cut behind his knee to make him fall prone.
Okay, and that's a superiority thing. Does the size matter?
It's not. Oh no, never mind. I can't do it. Never mind. I don't have superior dice. No, it doesn't. It says If the target is large or smaller, it must make a strength saving throw, DC 15. So I don't know if it can do anything bigger, but that's alright. I will.
Nope.
Yeah. Nope.
You can still make your attacks though.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull out my. Instead of going behind him, I'm just gonna pull out my. I'm gonna move 20 feet away from him.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fire my 3 arrows at him.
Okay, before you roll, I'm gonna take my reaction to hit you.
Okay.
He's got a pretty far reach, everybody. Okay, that is a 27.
Perfect. So I have a 23, but how do I see hitting me so I can kind of describe what's about to happen?
He takes his claw and raises us up in the air, and as you're stepping out of his range, he barely catches you right in the back as your back is turned.
As that claw's coming down, my armor makes like a ching noise as my armor casts its ability, which makes the metal so rare. As a orange ethereal rib cage, exactly like Susanoo's, forms around Tara and takes the attack as the
Nice.
part like kind of cracks from the impact.
You see the claw break as the bit of the claw still hits you, and it bounces off of your armors. Take your attacks.
Perfect. Been wanting to use that Susanoo ribcage for so long now. 22, 18, 20.
22 hits.
Perfect. It's gonna be nine damage.
Okay. You release an arrow in a vital spot, if you can even see it. All of his vitals seem to be covered by this natural armor through sheer muscle.
Perfect. And then let me see here. I'm gonna is there like a rock or something I can run behind?
No,
Okay.
there's not.
And
The only
so
thing
now-
you could theoretically hide behind, although he'd be able to see past the cover because of his size, would be behind the dead manta ray, the mother. But that's on the other side of the cavern from you.
Okay, she's gonna take a knee to do second wind just to give me some health.
Okay. That's D10 plus your fighter level.
Yep, so 17 health.
Okay.
And she gets back up and she kind of like shakes her body and does the animation of like cracking her neck as she gets ready for the next round. My turn.
Okay. Who's after Tar?
Gladdek.
Okay, Gladdek. You see this monstrosity standing in front of you that is now almost like changed in size by about 10. It's crazy. What do you do?
I am going to attack on the first swing. So 3. He's going to try and sweep the leg to kind of knock him off his feet. And I'm also going to use action surge to make it 4 attacks.
Give me some attack rolls.
Fuck yeah, dude, you're popping off.
22 or 13, 22, 12, and 27.
Okay, the 22 and the 27 hit.
For a total of 25 damage.
Describe how you hit this creature. You're only able to reach maybe up to its knee.
Basically kind of going in a sweeping motion. Gladdek's going to swing, trying to sweep the legs. The first one, he just barely misses the leg. On the back swing, though, he hits the leg, making good contact on it. Does he go down?
Give me a D100 roll. 50 or higher, he's going to be kneeling.
I don't think that's what Dom meant.
74.
Okay. So the intention to knocking him prone, he's still very much, it seems like he's so strong in this form, but you're able to crack as you land one of your attacks right on the kneecap and it shatters. He reels back in pain. And after you land the following attack right on its claw, it stumbles down to one knee. It doesn't go completely prone, but you've taken out one of its legs.
And
That's it?
yeah, I think I'll wait to do second wind. That'll be it for Gladdek.
Okay. So next up is Dalio, right?
Damn it. Yes. Shit. Where, in relation to where Dahlia's at, where is Silent Shadow?
Silent Shadow is maybe 10 feet in front of you, but he stands at least 30 feet tall at this point. And he's now been taken down to one knee as his kneecap has been shattered.
Shattered, you say?
Dahlia is going to attack with her breath weapon.
Do it.
Silent Shadow needs to make a dex save.
Okay. Does Legendary Resistance give a advantage or just straight up pass?
Pass.
He's going to use a Legendary Resistance. So it'll deal half damage.
Said half damage. So half of 15.
Okay, so that'll be 7.
And Silent Shadow also needs to make another dex save. No, wisdom save. Wisdom save.
Okay. Geez, I already rolled. Okay, so that is a 9.
9. That fails. Because of Infectious Fury, Silent Shadow is going to take 2d12 of psychic damage.
Jeez. I need you to, after you roll the damage, describe to me how this looks.
So it'll be an extra 10 points of psychic damage. As you see the fire envelop Silent Shadow, as the last little bit leaves her mouth, she shouts, "For Lotus!" And it's just so deep and rumbly that you can almost see like goosebumps go up Silent Shadow.
You see, as he's about to take the psychic damage, fearing this fire that's coming towards you, you say, "For Lotus," and before the fire comes out, his gaze looks towards you in a somber way and takes the attack.
Oh,
She's gonna attack again with another breath weapon.
No mercy.
Okay.
Actually, I think using your breath weapon uses your action.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna allow this to happen because of cool.
Sure.
So, as you release your breath weapon with tears flowing from your eyes after mourning the loss of your brother, and this is a person that was in it and didn't decide to help, you release your fire and it looks at you sad and defeated on its knee. He looks to you and almost feels like he's accepting it. You reel up and charge more flame, and this exhaustion burns your insides from the heat of this flame as you release again. And Silent Shadow moves into it. I want you to roll, on top of the damage you did, what is Matt's damage?
I need a calculator for that.
The psychic damage and the fire damage.
Both of them?
Give it to me.
Okay, hang on. So
48.
Yes, because it's 4d6 and crap, what was it?
So 24
2d12.
plus 14, so yeah, 48.
48.
I need you to describe to me, as your insides are burning, releasing this second flame from your inner self, your inner fire. This is not normally possible for a Dragonborn, unless your feelings are driving you forward for sheer revenge. Describe to me how you finish him off.
As you see, Dahlia, she's breathing heavily and heavily. You see that glow that's underneath her scales as it starts to fade as you see the fire leave her. It starts back from her tail and starts to move slowly up. And as all of that light from underneath her scales starts to dissipate, you see steams come out. As just this massive fireball hits the ground as Silent Shadow walks into it, just enveloping him, and you feel the warmth of just 1,000 burning suns.
As this fireball, it screams from your body, and Silent Shadow walks into it. It limps as he drags his broken knee, as he limps into the fire. The sheer force of the flame extruding from your body lets the steam blow past you. The rest of the members of this group feel an immense pressure as waves of wind are pushing back behind the force of this flame. And Silent Shadow, lying in this flame, slowly shrinking and shrinking as the fires disperse. You see a charred visage of what once was there. Just sheer charred flesh, no more fur to his body as he looks up to you. He didn't deserve to die. He can't release it as he falls unconscious. Cain Maxwell, Colonel Cain Maxwell.
Okay, I don't know. Are we still in initiative?
Not now.
Okay, I'm just going to fucking slide over home base style, heroic sort of and with my proficiency in medicine, is Silent Shadow still savable? I'm going to do everything I can to identify if he's even in a state of condition where he's able to be brought back.
He is.
Assistance if that would help.
Okay, we can change the music to something less distracting, but you, as Cain, you slide up and try to catch him as he falls. His head hits the ground before you're able to get there.
Fuck.
And you hold him up. His body is so weak. And it's so heavy.
Go for a pulse?
And it's so faint. And it's hard to touch the skin.
Aslan's gonna cast 5th level healing word on him.
Okay, let me describe this and then I'll let you describe how that happens. Cain, as you put your hand, you know that even if he were conscious, he would not be able to feel your grasp. There are 3rd-degree burns all over his body.
With his heal, can I roll a medicine check because of my proficiency?
I'll allow you to roll an advantage, but first, please, Aslan, describe to me how you relinquish this massive heal.
So basically, he's gonna put his cooking beside him on his back, he's gonna put it on his back like a backpack, and he's gonna go back to his old roots. He's gonna mix together some aloe herbs, and he's gonna go back to his ancient elephant mammoth wisdom of healing and what he learned from the druids, and he's just going to be enveloped by this yellowish green large mammoth, not even a humanoid form, his ancient ancestor, and he's just going to place his hand on his heart, and he's just going to pulse green energy into him.
You see this green astral figure, mostly seeable through the darkness of this cave, but it glows with a soft green light as a distant echo of an elephant's cry rings out as the magic is released. How much does he heal?
18 points of
Nice.
healing. Can I also do greater restoration on him?
I'm going to let other people react first.
Sure.
So you see, Cain, as you're trying to perform what you can, please roll an advantage for your medicine check because
I rolled a 21 for my medicine check at advantage.
Okay. As you're trying to see what you can do with all these burns.
So what I go to with Gladdek's help, I kind of like take off of some of my clothing and what I can to sort of like bundle it up to put under his neck to support it, and immediately what other pieces of like material I may have on my person, I just start shredding to like, though his whole body is scorched, I'm going to like tend to the areas that like are most like whatever. And as I'm doing this, I just yell out to someone to start boiling some water and all that type of shit. You know, I can't really do much until like, you know, we can get some salves, but like the heal helps. So that's all that.
And you're able to do what you can, especially now with the magic. You're able to actually find pieces of skin to tend to. It's so hard, and the sight of it is sickening. It's so helpless. But as Gladdek, Cain, and Aslan are trying to tend to Silent Shadow's wounds, Dahlia, Yezreel, and Tar, what are you doing?
Tar is going to have her bow drawn with 3 arrows at the ready as she's aiming at the cloud of darkness, ready to release the moment the mammoth attempts and the stingray attempts anything from that cloud.
And Dahlia?
Dahlia, after that attack, has kind of taken a knee. She's trying to catch her breath, all while sobbing. A lot of emotions. I'm fucking sobbing because a lot of emotions from that entire fucking thing.
On top of that, you're fatigued. I'm going to give you 2 points of exhaustion for doing what you did.
Okay.
Yezreel will walk up to Silent Shadow and just kind of kneel by his head. I am so sorry for what happened to you.
He can't meet your gaze.
I didn't mean to run away like that. I know I should have done better for you.
Persuasion check.
Oh. Dirty 20.
Save Cammy, as he says as weakly as he can.
I will. I go over to the stingray.
At this point, as you're walking over, the darkness is slowly starting to dissipate, almost like a Kingdom Hearts vibe, where the darkness is slowly receding on itself into an epicenter. And you see a pool of dark blood underneath this skeletal form that slowly is starting to recede into itself. It still seems to be alive, but it's barely.
I have anything for it.
You can try to make a medicine check to stop the bleeding, but you don't have any med kits or anything.
Yeah.
So you can try.
I'm going to try to stop the bleeding.
Okay, give me a medicine check.
5.
It's so hard. You had never once touched these creatures, but it's so slimy and slippery, and whenever you touch it, it recoils and tries to back further into the corner of which it can't, and it tries to camouflage, and you see parts of itself like flailing and turning into the color of the earth beneath it, but it fails over and over again. It's panicking.
Abby, it's all right. I kneel down and just kind of put my hand out.
Animal handling check.
And
It still seems terrified of you. but it's seeing that it's not in danger anymore is slightly more receptive, but barely. But let's and as you try to tend to the wounds with the lack of knowledge of these creatures and of medicine in general, just so we don't have to continue making checks, what would you guys like to do as you start tending to both of their wounds?
I just wanted to... Okay, sorry. Okay. I just wanted to say that as far as all of the healing goes, I'm going to pull some rope out of my pack, and not because I as I pull the rope out of my pack and I kneel down to Silent Shadow, I say, "Friend, this is not because I don't trust you, only as a means for protection for me, my friends, and yourself." And I'm going to tie his wrists together. I imagine it's pretty easy because of the state he's in.
I deserve. All I can keep saying is hi in not hi, I in a very flabbergasted and exhausted state. It seems like he's not able to speak.
That's it for me.
Tar's gonna, seeing how both the enemy are now being treated by my fellow allies, I decide to. She begins to think, if we're gonna treat this person as a captive, as a POW, she walks away from the group until she's about 40 feet away, and she grabs a small metal cube. She puts the cube on the ground as she does a few one-handed hand signs before she touches the cube, and starts to run away from the cube as it starts to unfold into a very much in this world it would be very much a desert type tower. Starts to
what?
As you release your cube, your instant fortress pops into its.
No way! What? You have an instant fortress?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god!
It seems like, of course, it's more realistic looking, but like imagine like the taller villager houses in a desert biome. It's like very much built of sandstone with different bits of clay and terracotta accents. There's some balcony windows and a spiral staircase that goes up. But Tar, you specifically, over the years of traveling with Dahlia, have furnished this place. So as the party starts to move everybody in the instant fortress, please describe what it looks like.
Absolutely. So when you go into the main first lobby, it is very much like a Middle Eastern, Iraqi smokehouse, where it has pillows and rugs, and it actually has like hookah type stands, and it has cloth hanging above where people rest and things like that as well. And if you guys look, the stairs are like pieces of wood with no handle, and there's a separation between the wood, but it's still like big enough it looks very safe. That leads up to rooms that have big thick drapes that cover it, that you would just, and it kind of like, you know, there's like two drapes where the let me turn my camera on. It's like two drapes that come down like this, but then there's another one and another one, and it kind of goes all the way up to the top, kind of with that same style. And I actually have some pictures that I'll post in the chat.
As the group pulls everyone into this instant fortress, smelling the still burning incense in this main corridor, it's relaxing. And for those of you who has spent time in the capital city of Aralas, it is home. It's maybe not so much to Gladdek and Colonel Cain Maxwell, but you see the resemblance of many homes of this style.
As Aslan, he would like to cast Aid on both the Manta Ray and Silent Shadow, healing them both 15 health and increasing their max HP by 15.
You see the Manta Ray is now invigorated. having much less health than Silent Shadow. And it begins to still cower, and realizing that it's in a building that it doesn't recognize, it flies up and tries to camouflage. And those of you with a passive of under 19 cannot see where it is.
Aslan would try to calm it, I would feel like, as he's trying to heal it.
It's not invisible per se, but it's just camouflaged. You are able to kind of see it camouflages itself on one of the pillows.
It is okay. I know we were just trying to hurt each other, but I'm trying to help. I'd like to tend to both of your wounds.
As he's like steadily holding an open wound on his stomach.
Animal handling check at advantage. As you show it your wound. It's really hard to interact with something that you can't see. It's camouflaged to the pillow, and you see a slight distort of like the area underneath, but because of your experience now with seeing it actively camouflage and seeing the signs, you're able to barely tell where it's at. That's awesome, by the way, Dre.
Oh, thank
22.
you.
Okay.
Cool.
It seems to be calm, especially now in a more healthy state and near a calm visage similar to its master.
Please come down.
And he kind of will sit next to Silent Shadow, and he's going to cast Greater Restoration. He's not sure if it will happen, but his goal with this cast is to remove the curse of like vampirism from him.
I need to look this up. Give me 1 second. As I have an idea of what I want, of what I would do here, but I want to see the verbiage.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not even sure if it even works that way, but Aslan doesn't know, so.
Oh, also, your guys' beds are like massive pillows with massive, like, heavy blankets and smaller pillows and things like that as well. Just FYI.
Okay, so Greater Restoration requires a diamond worth at least 100 gold pieces.
Oh, I didn't see that.
But I will allow you to just change out 100 gold, and we'll just say that you had it in your components. Just for the sake of RP reasons. In the future, if there is a monetary value attached to a specific item to a spell, you need to have that. But because that wasn't stated prior, we'll just rule it as follows here. Everybody understand?
Yep.
Okay. So you cast Greater Restoration.
Yes.
And per the verbiage of the spell, it can relieve one curse, including the target's attuned item to attunement to a cursed item. And he does have a curse right now.
Awesome. So yeah, his goal is to remove like the curse.
Holy shit!
I want you to describe Greater Restoration. You pull out 100 gold pieces and lay it in front of him. He gives you a confused look, still burnt to a crisp, but able to breathe and kind of speak now. I don't need money. What are you doing? He interrupts himself, seeing what is about to happen. Please describe it.
I'm gonna remove the ailment from you.
So he lays or sits crisscross applesauce. He lays his hands on top of his knees, kind of like in a meditation stance, and channeling. He's not a druid, but channeling his history and medical knowledge being taught by druids. He's going to basically cast this like a druid craft as roots begin to kind of attach onto his legs, and he just begins to be rooted on the ground as a circle then envelops around both him and Silent Shadow. It's a green circle, and in the runes it is just mammoths walking and their evolution slowly to rising up towards a humanoid state.
Cool.
As then a bright flash of white just envelops the room.
Hell yeah.
It's so hard to see for everyone else because of the more lit up atmosphere that you're now in. But for Silent Shadow, he sees this all, and he tried to resist, but is so weak to the vines. But then sees the knowing look in your eyes, and then sees the history of your people displayed out in front of him as he puts his head down and cries. You remove the vampirism curse upon him.
Awesome. I'd say at this point, the rest of the time he's just going to cast Aid on them using the rest of his spell slots just to get them up as close to max as he can.
Okay, well, let's just say you use it one more time. I don't want you to waste all your spell slots,
sure.
because he's going to be pretty close to full now. But you see that his skin is still the greater restoration and the aid and the ointment and the help from Cain and from Gladdek. It's very much to help him. He's able to relax despite the amount of pain that he's in.
Nice.
I go up to Silent Shadow and kneel next to him again. I know I already said this before, but I am sorry. What happened after I fled?
It's still hard to speak, but I will try. Over the course of about a half hour, he regales his entire trials with the Manta Riders, seeing that, hearing tales from the Manta Riders, how they had befriended the Manta Ray that was deceased in the room that you are in currently. That from its bond and from a spell that somebody named Bit Break had displayed, showed a level of trust, understanding, and love that this creature shared. And that those characteristics from every person in this group, it's young that it had imprinted on each of them. And they gained powers similar to that of their own. He describes that after this, they proclaimed themselves as the Manta Riders and shortly met themselves within a tavern beyond the waterfall where he had been selling his wares and brews to a drow that would occasionally come by. The Manta Riders were his closest friends and only friends he'd ever had. No family, no friends, no companionship, just business deals. They were able to find out much about the drow. They were able to find one of their safe cities, one that was abandoned but recently moved into to protect the women and the children and some of the unabled male bodies. It was being protected by a vampire named Lord Thaddeus. After he says this part, what is everybody's reaction?
Tar just sits cross-legged, quietly listening.
Still in uniform. I'll just I'm just taking this in. I'm still trying to get an idea of like what the fuck happened.
Israel kind of looks away in shame.
Dahlia has wandered over to Tar and is now laying with her head in Tar's lap.
Tar will gently kind of like rub her scaly head.
Aslan's kind of confused why everybody's so damn calm, and he's like, "Oh, I don't like the vampire lord. Oh Lord."
Gladdek's brow will get furrowed. He's kind of piecing together that it seems like instead of doing any sort of diplomatic approach, the previous party kind of just went all in into a fight, and that's where he's like trying to figure out exactly why the mission they were sent on went in a completely different direction than what they were actually tasked with.
We entered this city. We went to the Capitol building. This castle that has been long abandoned. Lord Thaddeus lived here with his court wizard, Pythondrius. Pythondrius showed me much about myself, gave me opportunities and knowledge, and communicates with me so much. His words poisoned my mind with the vampiricism. I hold no disdain towards this man, but he urged my power forward. Regardless, we were given a quest to go slay a beholder that held a relic from a party 4 years ago that had stolen it and started this war. Or at least started the terrorizing acts that the humans have caused. We decided to help and retrieve the other half of this artifact, and we were successful in killing this being. It was then I found a statue of Lord Thaddeus that had a vial of black ichor that I drank, and that is how I came to be in the form that I was. We returned back with our friend turned to stone. Lotus had been petrified. Scurried back with Lotus, and we were able to try to save him with the help of Court Wizard Pythondrius. And after Lotus was freed, we were granted access into their secret treasure room, where the party manipulated the court wizard into stealing all of their goods. Lord Thaddeus had left for some unknown reason. When we went up the stairs, everybody was freaking out, trying to figure out where he had gone. Everyone decided to leave. I agreed because I had intentions of finding the Lord Thaddeus. The town was in disarray, so we left. We ran into Yezreel, only to find that our beloved friend, the large manta ray out there, had been killed. And it's the only surviving parts of this creature were its young that the party took with them. It was not later that night when I think Yezreel was the one watching at the time.
He was.
Lord Thaddeus had descended from the sky onto the party and assaulted Yezreel, demanding to know what happened, why his things were stolen, and it started a big fight. All I could do was sit there and defend, but then all of a sudden, all of us.
It's okay. When the fight broke out, one of the party members turned. There was no infighting before. That was a lie. It was just the one. She turned and cast an army of celestial beings upon us. As Lord Thaddeus got away, she killed most of the party.
Big Break had died. There was nothing we could do. She just continued attacking us with the visage that she was doing it to help, but she didn't. We fought, and there was no way but to kill her. Lotus was so distraught. There was some kind of love. I don't know. It was something that happened prior. There was no sign, but Lotus tried to escape with the body of this devil. I tried to stop Lotus. I tried. He insisted that if they were going to die, they would die together. We fought, and we fought, and we fought, and we fought. And I didn't have the strength to continue as he walked into the ocean with her, and I haven't seen him since. I tried to piece together. I tried to find Yezreel. I tried. And so I just tried to wait at camp for about a week, sitting there in my anxiety and my hatred for everyone who had disposed of me. How they had dishonored my trust and my love and they destroyed me. I left a note in case if Yezreel would ever return to try to find me, to try to help me with these feelings that plagued my mind. All I could do was sit in the cavern and protect the mother as she deceased. And by that point, I had given into the darkness. You just see his tears trailing down his face, getting absorbed into the burnt ash that is his face.
Tara's gonna put her palm on just below Dahlia's collarbone, just to kind of help soothe her as she listens to this.
Lotus brought a certain level of brightness to our group. And the fact that Lotus's love for this person, despite the evilness and trust and dedication that he had, I will never see that again.
Yezreel begins to cry. I am so sorry, Silent Shadow. I did not know you were waiting. I understand why you despise me so now, and I do not blame you.
My anger is misdirected. I was upset at myself that I was not strong enough. I was upset that there was no one else there to help me gather up the pieces of my broken soul. I'm not angry at you, Yezreel. The Drow need help. But I'm not capable of providing that any longer.
Tara's gonna sign to the group so that way Shadow can't hear as she goes, "We need to discuss this. We are not here for the Drow." And not in front of him.
Cyril just nods.
I will also nod and kind of stand up from my kneeling position.
Dahlia just kind of continues to silently whimper.
Tara will cradle her head and just sign hush gently each time.
You see this blurred visage slide across the floor, and as its form reapparates, it's this. The wings of this manta ray are now draped around the wounds of Silent Shadow as he falls asleep.
Harwell will sign that her and Dahlia's bedroom is at the very top, with the only one that has a very well-crafted wooden door to meet us there when everyone's ready to talk.
Yeah,
And she's gonna help.
upstairs.
She's gonna help Dahlia upstairs, and she's gonna let Toki out of her little leather wrap. Let her be free.
As you all step up the stairs to head up to the very top of the tower, the lights automatically dim on the next floor as you walk upwards. Please describe their journey up the stairwell and also a depiction of your room.
Absolutely. As we go up, you guys do see all those other rooms. There's about 3 on each level. Each of them have heavy drapes that are near soundproof, and they help keep the room insulated. As we go up, you guys will see that there's different types of flags and are draped like in the middle of the empty space at the tower. A lot of the flags, like every third flag, there's a armor-clad flag that shows. As we get to the main room, we open it. There is a massive round carpet, and on the center of it sits a let me see. My describing skills aren't very good right now. Let me just look at these images. Basically, there's like I said, a giant plush pillow, and above it there are big drapes that could close around the pillow. There's also a section for a bathroom and a balcony on the top of the tower. One could go walk out, and that one actually has in that one picture of the market where it has like those drapes, so it has that over it to protect anyone from the sun. Okay. And in there is actually the skull of a what's that big ass dinosaur bird that's on my shoulder?
Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl, thank you. That actually sits right above the bed with its nose going down the middle of where the above the bed where the drapes hang from its upper jaw.
As you open the door, you walk in. Where's everybody sitting?
Real quickly, DM, while we were like walking up to this room, can Dahlia say something real quickly to Dahlia, only to her?
Sorry, Dahlia to who?
Dahlia to Tar, only to her.
We'll say that this happens before the group congregates and goes up the stairs, so like you still have your privacy.
Okay.
Do you need this to be in DM secrets?
No.
Okay.
It's nothing like super big. Dahlia leans into your ear, Tar, and just says, "No, my brother. If he loved her, you trusted her. That's gonna mean something."
Tar nods and goes. She kind of sighs and goes, "This is one perspective of the story. I feel there may be more." There's also, and she's only signing to Dahlia. We also learned that Yisrael ran from the battle, and that is something we must bring up.
She just kind of like nods at you. That's all I had.
As we all enter in the room, Yisrael just kind of, he won't sit down. He'll pull himself away from the party, leaning against a wall.
There are sitting pillows for anyone who wants one.
I'll take one.
Gladdek will sit down as well.
Same.
Tar will sign as she sits on her bed next to Dahlia. We are not here for the drow. We were hired to investigate and protect the humans in the other side of this war. Helping the drow is not the forward path for us.
I will have to agree. Oh, DM, while we were going up the stairs, I used that as my opportunity to get out of costume.
You all kind of turn your head and see that your superhero companion is nowhere else to be seen. Cain Maxwell is now here.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of lean in, and unfortunately, I think I agree. I think we can help our friend here to the best of our ability and get him to an okay state, but as far as things considered, I don't think our goals align, and I don't want to put us in a position where we might have to take his life for real.
Agreed. Silent Shadow has suffered through enough, but he does not deserve to die.
I just wince over at Yezreel as he says that.
What'd you say?
And I understand a lot has came into light that you guys might no longer trust me. I just have lots of questions.
Tar nods.
I will. What was that?
I was saying Tar nods.
Oh. And with that, I will say I will be nothing but fully honest with you guys. Any questions you have, I will answer truthfully.
As you say this, Dahlia gets up from the bed and kind of walks around you and puts a hand on your shoulder and leans in and says, I really hope that you're going to be truthful, my friend. She squeezes your shoulder, maybe a bit too tight.
And as she and Tar matches her energy as Tar kind of walks forward and pulls out the broken longsword from behind and stands just in front of Yezreel.
Yezreel doesn't even flinch at this.
Tar will sign, you left them in a battle that ended in many of them dying. How are we supposed to trust you to do the same for us?
I will say, I did not leave in the middle of the battle. Everyone had already died. I left when Lotus and Silent Shadow were fighting amongst themselves. I fought Lord Thaddeus to the best of my abilities. I did not abandon them, but I did feel that it was the best to leave Lotus with the girl he loved.
She'll look over to Dahlia, as she doesn't have a facial expression as she's fully covered in her armor, but her body language seems a bit of a disapproval.
Yeah, Cain, he's not scowling by any means, but he's folded his arms as far as body language goes.
Dahlia?
Dahlia's just staring at you, arms crossed. She looks you dead in the eyes. I know my brother. Know him very well. To me, there's a lot that doesn't add up. It's like getting only portions of a story, but it's being told from afar.
I understand. And I do not believe that she was truly evil. She was nice, she was kind. I believe that she was doing what she had to do for herself, trying to protect herself.
I don't.
I don't mean to be rude, but I can understand the nuance of this situation, but at the end of the day, it sounded like your entire group were trying to work with the Drow, no?
I do not know what they were trying to do. I only met up with them as they were leaving this cavern. I only got glimpses of what truly was their intention. After hearing Silent Shadow's entire story, it does seem like they were working with the drow. And in all honesty, I do not believe the drow did anything wrong.
Tara will take kind of a step back as she'll get in more a defensive body language, not entirely with her hands up. She'll sign with one hand and go, our enemy of the drow. And that is what we're hired here to do. Not only is this silent shadow what seems to be an ally of the drow, but he could be a double agent. He could be something that comes after us afterwards. No matter what your feelings are on the drow, we are soldiers, and we have a mission.
As you say this, Tar, Dahlia, she kind of puts up a hand. She says, again, my dear best friend, I know my brother. If he was working or helping or in any sort of way aiding the drow, it must be for a really good reason.
She'll sign back. I trust you, sister. She puts her fist over her chest.
As far as I'm concerned about Silent Shadow, I would love nothing more than to take my axe and drive it directly into his skull.
No! We let him leave.
As you say this comment, Cain, I want to hear from Gladdek and Aslan.
Gladdek has been sitting there quiet this entire time, taking in all sides of it. Lasses, there's always two sides to every war, and both sides believe they're correct. We're just like this story involving the previous party. We only have part of the details. We only have our nation's version of what's going on here. I am willing to believe that the previous party found something that made them believe that the drow are not evil, and that's why they were potentially working with them. So before we get too hasty, assuming that we need to go killing people, we need to step back and look at this with a cautious but a diplomatic mindset.
And Aslan, what do you have to say about everything that's transpired?
I only wish for peace. I do not care who I aid. There are innocent on both sides of this war. We do not know who is really the cause of all this. It could be the humans, it could be the drow. All I know is innocent people are hurt on both sides who had no control over this matter. I believe we need to figure out what happened and then go from there. Somebody must be pulling the strings.
Tar will sign to you both. And this time it's a little bit more of an aggressive type of feel to it. I am a armor-clad, and I was hired to be on this side of the war. There are innocents on both sides. That is all wars, no matter what. But we were sent here on a mission, and that is the forward path. It doesn't matter whose side started it. We were sent here to help the side that we were sent here by.
But how do you define helping? Just attacking isn't necessarily the best help. We need to know what is causing it if we are going to end it in a manner that is most advantageous.
For both sides.
As much as I hate to admit it, I do have to agree with Gladdek on this one.
Just because you're given orders doesn't mean they're always the right orders.
she'll sign "Good soldier follows orders" as she sheathes her blade and walks onto the porch. Not to as she's walking away, she just signs "I have spoken" as she walks out and closes the drapes behind her on the porch.
You're still able to hold on. Sorry, you're even though you've walked to the balcony, you're still able to hear the conversation that's being had.
Oh, for sure.
But just continue. Sorry.
No, yeah, that's it.
Tar, as you walk away towards the balcony, you hear Dahlia say to you, "If I'd followed my orders, you wouldn't be here with me now."
She stops for a second, and her shoulders kind of go down as she closes the drapes behind her.
As you say that, Cain feels the urge to try and throw in a line again to stop her, but the power of the drapes closing behind her makes me realize that there's probably not much I can say, but I will speak up so that she can hear me. Though initially my stance was more aggressive at nature, I've realized now, hearing what my companion here, as I head nod over to Gladdek, I think he has very good wisdom with this, and I am the one who will protect those who can't, even if it's on the other side of the fence. I think we should go with caution. And now, knowing that's where I stand and some others, maybe we should work with Silent Shadow.
I agree. I know I don't have the experience you all have. Honestly, I can't believe I still have clean pants. But I guess I'm. That's why I wear brown pants, anyways. Anywho, I believe we can still do our main objective of helping the humans, but we don't need to just genocide people for no reason. I think we should only hold those accountable to the sword, I guess you could say. If whoever caused this is the humans, well, I don't know what the hell to do in that situation. I'll leave it up to the more experienced of you. But I'd say if the drow did, just kill the ones that caused it. I don't know.
I say, we try to find a way to get to the soldiers, the drow soldiers. Leave the families, leave the innocent out of this as much as we can. They have done nothing.
I want to give everybody a last word.
My last word is a moment to the side of the Ezreal. So I'll wait, because I put my piece in already.
You see, Dahlia, you can tell that Dahlia is in agreement with you. However, she's not super excited with the idea of keeping Silent Shadow alive. And you see as she pulls out her dagger of venom and she looks at it and puts it back and tucks it back away and says, "I won't do anything to him yet. We'll see if he can change my mind."
Tar, as you're standing out on the balcony with the words of what has been said as you walked out, you don't have to say anything, but if you don't, describe your emotional feelings as well as your thought process as you're standing out on the balcony, observing this gigantic cavern with the waterfall in the distance and a decaying corpse of a large manta ray standing before you.
She kind of just stands there, almost swaying a little bit, almost like an inanimate object, as her hands kind of squeeze the sandstone rail. As in her head, Dahlia has become a sister to her and part of her clan and her perspective. And the person that's at fault of attacking her brothers has been healed and helped. And now there's word. Now there's word of us just barely getting here, and people are already talking about, and we might be possibly eating the down realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An intrusive thought continually stabs behind your armor. The prestigious armor passed through your clan through generations and generations, providing your clan the renown that it has and the past wisdom from your elders. The resounding thought that intrudes your mind. Knowledge is power. You don't win a war with arms, you win with knowledge.
She nods her head.
Aslan,
I just want to help people. Whatever I can do to do that.
Dahlia,
I want to do what I know Lotus would have done, and that is whatever the right thing is.
Gladdek,
I agree. And then he'll walk over to Aslan, put his hand on his shoulder. I think this has been a little heavier than I intended. Do you have any good leaf? I could use a smoke.
I have Goblin Bush. Would you like to partake?
Goblin Bush, I
pulling
love it.
pulling that way back from way back when, and I think your game, Colt.
Yeah, Colt's game.
I forgot that's even what we called it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a
we
deep pull
called
there.
the Goblin Bush.
That's a
Yeah.
deep pull.
Aslan actually smokes just a little bit, so to calm his nerves. So yeah, he'll share a toke with you because that shit was heavy.
Well,
as you begin rifling through your bags to find this, Yezreel,
I will say, Dahlia, that Silent Shadow was not trying to hurt your brother. But beyond that, we do need to stand on the side of caution. Get as much information as we can.
Talia kind of looks at you. She kind of nods and gives you a smirk and says, "You still owe me another game."
Indeed.
Cain,
What I would like to share, I would like to share with just Yezreel. So if you, I'll go
DMC
last.
Okay.
No.
So you are last.
Oh, okay. Well, as we're all kind of standing around, everyone's kind of taking in the moment for what it all is, and I see Gladdek smoking, which he may have a pastime of doing that, but I've never seen him do it, so it's just like jarring for just a little bit. But I pull Yezreel to the side.
I would say that you're kept relatively out of earshot.
I mean, whatever. If people hear, they hear, but I'll try and make it as private as I can. I don't make eye contact with him. I kind of just stare at the blanketed type of wall. Yezreel. Because of how mournful and sad you have seemed, it's made it easier for me to look at you in a slightly different light. And I understand that what you did wasn't with malicious intent, but let me say this. In this world, those who break the rules are scum. But those who abandon their friends are worse than scum. And I put my hand on your shoulder and tap it twice, and I'll give you a moment to look at you in the eyes, to let it sink in, and I join back with Gladdek to be in the moment.
As you look in. Oh,
Sorry, I'm actually going to end it here.
okay.
The camera zooms in on Yezreel's face after being called less than scum. The feelings that you have been trifled with and absolutely enamored with since arriving to the campsite, or even since having the conversation at the Thieves Guild, thoughts of inadequacy, depression, anxiety, and feeling of wrongness, when all you did was just tell what you saw. All you know is the less than 6 hours you spent with this party, and even though there were slight truths spent, you still felt you did the right thing, but you are now seeing the wrong. You're feeling the weight of your actions for the first time. The camera pans out to the group as they try to collectively calm their nerves by smoking some herb, but the everlasting thought that your leader and the report he has sent has nearly damned an entire race on this plane of existence. The camera pans out and goes out of the curtains with a flurry of wind, looking at Tar as she contemplates the right of a soldier, the right of doing what you're told, the right of doing a good job for your country, and the right of trusting the innocent, regardless of orders being given. The camera pans out further, seeing the wreckage of the destruction that this massive beast has laid upon this tranquil land, and the slightly moved and desecrated corpse of a manta ray, and seeing and knowing the pain that this child has gone through, the manta ray that is known as Cammy. It zooms out further and further, going through earth and earth, zooming out to see the papier-mâché tree, the broken campsite, the sky above, to see a country at war. And that is where we'll end the second session of the of the Fall of Pride.
Oh, there we go.
You know, Fall of Pride is really fitting now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.